make strong men. Right. When we see crap like this, you got to do something, man.
Don't fool yourself. We still in slavery.
We being hanged, we being killed. And they love doing it.
Shalom, 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 brothers and sisters. Shalom. Most High in Christ bless you. Most High in Christ bless you all. And Bishop Yalsop here back again. We're continuing on with our series, but the title is a little different. But this is part 2. All right, let me just show the thumbnail from last week, just so I can bridge you into where we're going tonight. Okay, last week the title was The Ubiquity of the Standard. Okay, and the ubiquity of the standard, meaning that the standard is the Bible. We're going to bring those scriptures out to show you that. Okay, the ubiquity, meaning that it's omnipresent, it's everywhere. No matter how much the establishment and our enemies and those that think that they have more power than the Most High and every other crooked thought among the people in this world, thinking that their way is going to trump the Most High's way, that it needs to be known straight up that the Bible is ubiquitous and you can't get rid of it. It's everywhere, and it's going to take over the planet Earth, and the Most High's people are going to be set back up the way He meant for it to be from the very beginning. So that was last week, and then I know we discussed a lot of things. We showed you some things about you had the president that was in the Oval Office, and then you had Elon Musk, which is not, quote-unquote, the president, and his 4-year-old son is definitely not the president. But somehow he ended up in the Oval Office, and like I said, that quote-unquote, sacred place, that room, that's the room where the whole planet Earth is basically controlled from, and yet a 4-year-old child gets to come in there and basically tell the president, "You're not the president. You need to go away." Man. Yeah, he said that on a hot mic. Esau was mad as hell. Esau was mad. He said, "What the hell is this?" The daggone newsman, what's his name, O'Donnell? He was mad as hell. He said, "Who does that?" You have people speaking more than him. You know, so it goes, that particular thing goes back to a class that I taught on the Sabbath about the governing control. I don't remember the exact name of it, but the governing control behind Trump's desk, which means that the Trump, the man that's sitting in the president's seat, he's basically the representative of the company. And that's it, the curtains. Show that on the board. Right. The curtains of control behind Trump's desk, because many people think that the man that's sitting in the front is the actual running the world, and that ain't the case. When that president, whoever that elected official is, and that's a whole nother scam, by the way, because, again, you actually think that your vote put people in power. That ain't the way it is. They give you the candidates to run, and you pick one of them. If it's Satan, if it's the devil, if it's Lucifer or Beelzebub.
All four.
That's whichever one you pull, you're still going to catch hell anyway. So you don't really have a choice. But it takes a certain level of people being dumbed down to not even see that. Okay? So that's what that class was basically about. And I tie all of this together because at the end of the day, the Most High's program is going to flow. The ubiquity of the Bible, the immutable standard, which is the Bible, cannot be trumped. Dig that, right? Cannot be watered down, cannot be changed. The Bible is going to affect every fly. It's going to affect everything on this planet. So at the end of the day, the Lord's program is going to flow regardless of some of the things that you hear, some of the ugliness that we're going to show, because I got to show it. I got to show what's been done to us. And many of our people have been socialized into thinking that we are helpless. socialized into believing that we can't do this and we can't do that because of, and in our mind, because of what Esau did to us. But all of that was God's plan. And it's also God's plan for the Lord to take those very people that have been made nothings in the system and put them as lords over the whole planet Earth. So that's what's coming. And it's all in God's program. And that's the immutableness of the Bible. That's what the Bible, all that's in the lesson. Okay, hopefully we get that far, because it's like we be rolling and we be having so much to talk about. But I want to let you know from the offset, that's what this class is about. So brothers and sisters, I hope that you're with me on that. So let me see today's thumbnail, and then we'll get to this thing here. So I call this part 2, although the title is somewhat different, but it's still pointing to the same thing. The immutable standard of inevitable prophecy. That's what tonight's class is about. The immutable standard, meaning that it can't be moved. You know, the Bible is a mainstay that cannot be watered down, cannot be moved out the way, irregardless. Whether you say, well, it don't affect me, whatever, it doesn't matter. The Bible is going to affect you precept upon precept, regardless of how you feel. As a matter of fact, give me that. I'm gonna break from. I'm just gonna break and just show you that. Give me that in Isaiah 28 and what is that? But the word was upon them. Is it 29?
28:10.
28:10, but it's a little further down. But read it. Read it real quick, and I'm gonna get back to what I'm showing you here, brothers and sisters. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to continue, but I still got to get my hate group thing out the way, because even though, I got to bring it out. We got to bring it out. And I didn't even introduce the panel, so I got to get all that in too. So let me just get this here real quick. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I think there are times when we be just rolling and people don't, maybe it's just, people don't really grasp where the totality of the class. So that's why I think I need to put it all out front first, so the people, the preface of where we're going. Okay, so no one's confused. All right, you got the verse I want?
Yes, sir.
Come on with it.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 13. But the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept.
That's what I wanted. And it said, but, because the people believe that the Bible ain't going to affect them. What's the verse before that?
Verse 12, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
Our people are weary, and the prophets are saying this is the rest, meaning the peace for our people. But you get some of our people be like, you know what, I don't care about that Bible. It ain't going to affect me. I'm going to do me. Yo, you do you. We going to do our thing. The hell with that Bible. That's how they think. Read it again.
To whom he said.
To the Israelites, he said. And when I'm saying to the Israelites, this Bible affects everything. It affects Trump. It affects the quote-unquote Illuminati, the masters of mankind and all that. When I say the masters of mankind, I know I threw something out there. Yeah. That's what they actually call themselves. These elite, these 1%ers that rule everybody. They refer to themselves as the masters of mankind. And they set up policies to keep everybody stupid and basically rob them blind. That's how they operate. And we're going to show you some of that stuff. But even to that group, the Most High got them in the trick bag as well. Read.
To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
So the preachers are trying to reach the Israelites, because that's who it's mainly pointing to in terms of salvation. Okay, but the Bible is going to affect everybody. It's going to affect the judgment of the evil ones. It's going to affect everything on this planet. Okay, he's going to bring salvation to those of us that repent, and he's going to bring destruction on all our enemies. There's no getting around it. So this Bible has something for everybody. So that's what makes it immutable. Read it again.
To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
Our people have been made weary in captivity. And it's time for us to return. It's time for us to repent and get our minds right. Go ahead.
And this is the refreshing.
And this Bible, this immutable Bible, this intransigent Bible that can't be moved, that cannot be dwarfed, that cannot be subsided. It said what? This is the what?
Refreshing.
This is the refreshing. This is going to put water back into our dry bones. Go ahead.
Yet they would not hear.
Yet our people will not hear. They acting like the Bible has no connection to them. Talking about something, well, I can choose to be about the Bible, and I could choose to be about the Quran. I could choose to be about the Gilgamesh epics. I could choose to be about this. I could choose to be about that. Your behind is going to be affected by the Bible regardless. You're going to bow down to what this Bible say. If it means your death, you're going to abide.
That's right.
Okay, read that statement again.
To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
That where you may cause the weary to rest. The Israelites, come on.
And this is the refreshing.
And this is the refreshing. Go ahead.
Yet they would not hear.
Yet our people would not hear. They won't hear the Bible. Go ahead. They don't want to hear the Bible. They plug their ears up. They stop their ears up. Just like Esau stopped his ears up. It tells you about that in Psalm 58. They're like the deaf adder that don't want to hear the Bible. But they're going to feel it anyway. Ain't no getting out of it. God made them to reject it, and they're going to deal with them for rejecting it. Ain't that something? What kind of power is that? That's what he says in Romans 9:10. He said, yea, but oh man, who art thou that replieth against God? Because he framed them to be that way. And the argument was, well, if he made them to be the wicked, why does he yet find fault with them? Then the Lord had to say, listen, man, shut the hell up. I do what the hell I want to do. You doggone, you can't speak against me. Shut up. That's basically the deal. Okay, so ain't no getting out of it. Read that again.
To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest.
This is the rest where you may cause the weary to rest. Come on.
And this is the refreshing. Yet they would not hear.
Yet our people will not hear. Go ahead.
But the word of the Lord.
You see that? But. Because they don't want to hear it, they act like, okay, well, I don't want to acknowledge it. I don't want to believe in it. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. So they think that they can walk off of God's earth and be what they want to be. The Lord said, regardless of how you feel, the Lord's Bible is still going to affect your behind anyway. Read it.
But the word of the Lord.
But the word of the Lord, go ahead.
Was unto them.
Was unto their behinds.
Precept upon precept.
Meaning, no matter how ignorant and crazy we act, your behind is found in the Bible, suffering the curses that the Most High said you're going to get. So, irregardless of how you feel, irregardless of what you subscribe to, you are in this Bible as the Israelites, and you're being afflicted by these curses in this Bible because of your disobedience, because of our disobedience. So, the Bible is upon you, precept upon precept. We can find all the Negroes in this Bible. If we can find them in, when I say Negro, I'm talking about us. In terms of how we act, because we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We're not Negroes, just for that, just to make that official. But all of us, we are in here. We are in the pages of this Bible, regardless of how you feel about it. Read that one more time.
But the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept.
Go ahead.
Precept upon precept.
Go ahead.
Line upon line.
Meaning all throughout the Bible, you can find our condition through these lines, through these prophecies, through these precepts. You can find us. You can find all of our people in that Bible. Whether it's our women that's bugged out, whether it's our men that's bugged out, children, jails, drugs, every daggone thing. Every aspect of our lives is in these precepts, but yet we told myself, no, I don't believe in that Bible. You don't have to believe in it. The Bible got you. Right. The Most High got your card. That's the point. Read.
Line upon line.
Go ahead.
Here a little.
Here a little.
And there a little.
And there a little. Go ahead.
That they might go.
That they might go.
And fall backward.
The Most High says some of you, he's going to cause you to be bugged out, and still you're going to die anyway. So the Most High got it set up. But you ain't getting away from it. In other words, let me say it a different way. The reason why some of our people are bugged out and acting like the Bible has no effect on it, because the Most High want that to be on them. He set it up. That they might be snagged and torn up. And they tell us, no, the Bible has no effect on me. The reason why you even saying that is because the Most High wants to get rid of you. Now, that's a bad statement. You're like, don't the Lord love us? Why in the world would he do that? Because the Most High have it already recorded in the prophecies. That is in your spirit to not turn. That is in your spirit not to change. That's why when the disciples was with Christ, and many of them walked back and didn't walk with Christ no more. Right. The rest of the brethren that knew the Bible, that knew the prophecies, that Christ said, well, are you gonna go as well? So and they said, where am I going? You the one that got the everlasting life. Are you kidding me? I ain't going no damn well. So why did the others leave? Because it was time for them to go. So the Most High has all that set up. So the word was upon the whole Bible, all the men in the Bible, Judas, everybody. The word was upon them all, precept upon precept. So ain't nobody getting out of the prophecies of this Bible. Right. That's what makes it inevitable. That's what makes it immutable. The immutable, now you can put this thing back up there. The immutable standard, that's the Bible. There's scriptures that talk about the standard, okay? Like it says, set ye up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. That's the scripture that set up this title. The immutable standard of inevitable prophecy, because you can't change it. It's coming regardless of how you feel. So that's the point, okay? So I just want to lay that out there. So again, just in closing of my opening statement, if you will, I'm pointing these things out so that you'll know the course of this lecture or this class or this program tonight, so that you'll know where we're going. So we're going to show you some of the ugliness and the things that happen to us, and we believe that we can't get out of it. But the whole point of me showing you this is to let you know that you can come out of this, because God has it in the Bible for you to come out of this and resurrect and become his people, irregardless of what the nations did to us. Okay, so I just want you to see these things. And it's time for us to change. It's time for us to get our minds together, brothers and sisters. I hope you were able to make sense out of what I just expounded on just now. So let's get this disclaimer. But before I do that, let me go around the table and get everybody in. And I know they're like, Lord have mercy, when they gonna get to us, right? But because I got some special brothers in the house tonight. Okay, so we're going to deal. So y'all know me. I'm Bishop Yalsop, so let me lean back and get everybody on up here. Who else we got? Come on.
So you got Captain Errol.
Captain Errol. Captain.
He cool,
huh?
He's cool,
He cool. He just leaned back and Captain Errol, because he got it like that.
Oh, man.
He got it like that. That's all right. He's gonna drop prophecies on the brothers too, and on the sisters. So I can dig that. You know, all the way from Atlanta. Shout out to Patient Saints Radio. Y'all do such a great job. Yes, sir. Y'all do such a great job on that program.
Sir.
And as y'all know, y'all don't even call me a guest anymore.
You that's home.
So but I like dealing with my brothers and my sisters down there. So and eventually all the rest of the radio shows. I do want to be a part of that, because I think it's a great vehicle to get God's truth out there. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it also shows the variety of how we bring the gospel to our people, so that we're not the quote unquote Israelites of the stereotypical box. You understand? There's finesse in how we deal it. There's biblical, spiritual finesse in how we deliver the words of God to our people. And it's multifaceted to make sure that all aspects of this gospel is taught. That's the reason why we have the various platforms, many of them, okay, so they can find a way to reach even you. All right, so moving on. Who else we got?
Go ahead, guess.
Hey, all praise to the Most High. It's an honor to be here. Captain Yediah in the building. All praise to the Most
High.
High.
That's
Yediah
in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Now, I recognize that this is the first time you brothers been on this show.
Yes, sir.
So, but that's all right. This won't be your last.
All praises.
All
This
praise
won't
to
be
the
your
Most High.
last.
All praise.
Yes,
So
sir.
glad to have you brothers here.
Yes, it.
All right.
Yes,
All
it.
praise to the
Yes,
Most
sir.
High.
Praise.
Let's keep it moving.
I'm Captain Sarai. Like I said, I'm lean back like you, Bishop. I love having our guests on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Officer Eli, Shalom, Most High in Christ bless.
Yes, sir. Officer Eli in the building. Yes, sir.
Officer Eliakim. Shalom. Sign Christ bless.
That's right. Officer Eli.
Easy E.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. So now let's deal with this, and then we're going to get on with our lesson. So brothers and sisters, just ride with us. We're going to take you on a little journey. Come on.
Israel united in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel united in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1, King James Version.
Now, the reason why we read this and the reason why we believe in this is because of what the scriptures say. Mm-hmm. Give me that in Romans about peaceably. Okay? Let's read that real quick. See the Leviticus 5 and 1 up there, as you saw, because our thing is to report evil, because that's what got us in trouble, us sinning. Okay? We got to learn to be a respectable people, and a people of integrity, a people of honesty and dignity and reverence and regalness. Regalness. Okay, that's regal. That means like kingship. That's a king.
Bishop, some of them might not believe that.
Yeah, well, we're gonna help you. We're gonna help you. That's our job. Is to remove those thoughts of doubt out of your head. Okay, what do we got?
Romans chapter 12, verse 18.
Come on.
If it be possible.
If it be possible. Hold it. If it be possible. Because like I did a class a while back, and I know this thing kind of rubbed people the wrong way. But I think, what was the name of the class? A Time to Kill? Something like that? There's something on that level. And I know that thing got some people like, what the hell's going on here? Is he advocating violence? Not at all. No, I'm not advocating anything like that at all. Our objective is to live peaceably.
Right.
That's our objective. But if you coming at me to try to take my life, that's where the possibility is like it's extinguished.
Hey, Bishop, it says if it be possible.
Yes.
So if I walk out my house and I see you entering my vehicle, there's a possibility that I might have to do something to you.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say what it is now. For the purpose of radio, I'll yell at you.
Hey, Bishop,
I'll say stop.
We're going to reason with you. We'll reason with you.
We'll reason with you. And reasoning goes a long way.
Right.
So I'm going to just leave it there.
I might even plead.
I might
Say
plead.
Maybe the way the
pleading,
Lord
pleading is another level to reasoning.
The Lord's gonna
That
plead.
means there's other factors involved.
Yeah.
Maybe harder words.
Yeah.
Let me stop there. Let me stop there. We getting carried away.
Right,
Read that thing again. But hey, that's what read it again.
Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible.
If it be possible. If it be possible. This is what our objective is. We want it to be like this.
Right.
We want it to be where we can do this without a problem. Go ahead.
As much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Wait a minute. That second part. If it be possible, what's the next piece?
As much as lieth in you.
That's what I talked about before on the show, I think, on the other program. As much as lies within you, meaning within your strength. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Within the embodiment of you trying to, quote unquote, stay civil. Like, don't push me.
The boundaries.
Yes.
Boundaries.
Don't go there. Stay away from that. Don't press that button kind of thing. Don't open that door kind of thing. You understand? That's what that's talking about. Possibly. And that's what we want. That's what we want. I'm telling you, that's what I want. I don't want to have to wake up warring every day, all the time.
Not every day.
Not every day. But in order to establish righteousness, that's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
The Most High said, happy shall he be that taketh the wicked little ones and dash them up against the stones. Because every hedge that you bust open, you're getting rid of more wickedness.
That's right.
You extinguish it.
So I'm going too far now. Let me lean back.
It says within you.
Yeah, right. But understand. See, I know I'm going off the deepest sea.
Nah, that's good therapy, Bishop.
But I have to say these things.
That's good therapy, right
I
there.
have to say these things. I can't bite my tongue. I got to say it.
Right.
The Bible says that.
Yes,
Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded you.
Double.
Double. It says that for a reason, because that's like you said, that's therapy. That's what's another word for it? You getting that there's a word I'm looking
That
for.
consolation,
It's
that
not-
closure.
Yeah, closure like that. You know, you're getting that pent up.
Bishop, I like therapeutic.
Yeah, it's therapeutic because you have an unction to want righteousness.
Right.
And it's being throttled, but you want to satisfy that righteousness. And if getting rid of the wicked, every degree of wickedness being exterminated, gets to bring that righteousness to the forefront, that's a good thing.
Bishop, to your point.
And I'm telling you, it's just like this. It's like I don't want to mix things up. When you have, because in the scriptures talk about the city of refuge. The family member needs to satisfy the fact that his family been wronged.
Right.
You understand? And that person would have to stay in that city, because if you get caught outside of it, you done. Because he had to get you.
Right.
Because he had to satisfy that pent up anger that you did to him. Right. That's Bible. Give him Bible. Give him Bible. That's Bible. That's Bible.
They ain't ready, Bishop.
I'm telling you, that's Bible. Now, the essence of all of that is don't F with me.
That's right. Don't F around, you won't find out.
Right.
I mean, that's really, it's really the reason why. Listen to me. The reason why you have. What is the reason why these reptiles and things, they have certain defense mechanism like a porcupine and these different skunks and all that. These things are supposed to send a message to your mind. I don't need to mess with that.
A strong signal.
It's a strong signal, because you don't want to agitate the anger in that thing. But you got to know what it's capable of. You need to see the label on it. Don't F with it.
The poison label.
The poison label. You know I was a snake. Why the hell did you mess with me?
I knew it was coming.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bishop, the Lord,
He set it up.
the Lord's so
He set it
merciful.
up that way.
He color code those things, Bishop.
Exactly.
Black and white, yellow and black.
Yeah, exactly. He's letting you know. He's letting you. So all of that is encompassed in that scripture that we're reading there.
And
Come on, man.
Bishop, the body itself has a own mechanism.
Yes.
Which they call parasympathetic. It has a fight or flight mechanism, meaning I'm either going to defend myself or I'm going to remove myself. But one or the other is going to happen.
If it be possible.
If it be possible.
If I can't run, then I got to fight.
Yeah.
It says, as much as lieth in you,
That's
meaning
why-
it's dormant.
Exactly.
But if he has to come up,
There you go.
Yes, sir.
You're trying to keep him in the basement. You're trying to keep that wild one in the basement.
But he has a spare key, Bishop.
Yeah, but y'all understand what I'm saying, right? I know we don't win, we don't win over, but it's all right. As long as it's in the Bible, we okay.
It's therapeutic.
It's that you need that thing.
Therapy.
We don't want to have to do it, but I got to let you know, snakes do bite.
That's right.
A bee will sting. A hornet will sting.
Right.
You mad at the hornet because he bit you, because he stung you in the head and all that. You mess with him.
Right.
But as much as it lied within the hornet, it ain't messing with you. But you went up there and had to hit it. He said, "Nah, I got the deal," and I didn't want to. I was in here trying to make honey with my bees and all that, and here you come messing it all up.
right?
Now I got to get you.
Now I got to get you.
Yeah.
Peter cut off an ear.
There you go.
He just that's what lied in
It
him.
lied within him. So it's a shame that we got the. It ain't a shame, but look how we had to just expand on that little thing. Reverend Johnson's supposed to be doing this. He's supposed to be giving the people to understand it.
He can.
You understand? Yeah. So I hope nobody will run off the,
It's
because
therapy, Bishop.
it's because we got some, like Bishop always says. He said, "Listen, you got some crazy brothers out there that'll try to turn some things around and go out and do some crazy act and get his behind all jacked up." Right. We ain't talking about that. Right. But the Bible says, "As much as lieth within you." Yes, that's what we're talking about. Right. So that's us. That's what this disclaimer was about. We don't advocate any of that. We don't advocate violence. We don't advocate hurting anybody. And if we see some evil, some crime, we run and report it. Right. We're instructed to do that, not only in our congregation, but God himself, in the scripture itself. Because sin is crime. It is. It's the same thing. Right. Most of these laws that are written is Judaical, quote unquote, Judaically based. Stealing, rape, all those things are murder. Those are biblical laws. Okay? So we see stuff like that, we're supposed to tell it.
Right.
So we believe in that. Read it again. Let's get back on track. I ain't even open up, but it's all right.
Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it be possible.
If it be possible.
As much as lieth in you.
As much as lieth within you.
Live peaceably.
This is what we want to be able to do. That's what the Hornets are saying. We want to be able to live in peace. I ain't never got bit by no snake because I know, as far as I'm concerned, the snake is peaceful because I ain't messing with it. I ain't messing with a hornet's nest. I ain't messing with certain things because I know that there is a, like you say, fight or flight mechanism in them. This is what we got to know. We got to learn these things. Read.
Live peaceably with all men.
That's our objective. We want to be able to live peaceably with all men. And when I say all men, all men.
Right.
Okay, all men. Give me one more scripture. Give me Luke, Luke 16 and 10. Just put these things out there.
Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least.
Oh, by the way, I know hornets don't make honey. I was just mixing because they both sting.
It was good though.
Yeah, but I had
They
to,
got
you
the
know,
point.
yeah, I know they got it, but I just had to throw that out there. You know. But go ahead.
Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least.
He that is faithful in that which is least. We're in this society. This is least to us because this is not our kingdom. But we still have to be faithful to God's commandments to not steal, to not rob, to not rape, to not sleep with our women and not marry them. Those kinds of things. Right. These are things that hold your society together. You have to adhere to the constitution of your nation, which is the Bible in our case. We need to follow what's in this Bible. This is our constitution. Right. And when we do that, the Most High will sustain us. It is when you go off from the patriots, if you will, the fathers. That's what the word father comes from, patriot. I think it comes from patriarch. Yeah. It comes from that. Okay, so it deals on that level. Our fathers, the book of our fathers, the Bible, gave us the blueprint on how to live, and this is what we need to be following. Go ahead. What you had? You look like you want to bring
I
up.
did, Bishop, because it goes back to the original verse that you had, the premise of it, in Isaiah 28, where it said we were weary.
Yes.
Right? And what would make you weary? You getting your back beat in.
Exactly.
You're in captivity. You know, you're getting a knee to your neck. These things in themselves would want to make you want to fight back.
Exactly.
You know, but what you read about was the immutable, the scriptures being immutable, meaning it also said in there refreshing, meaning the same way the Bible is supposed to give us the understanding of being peaceful, is also supposed to be a fresh glass of water.
Absolutely.
For those that are thirsty.
Exactly. It is. You're exactly right. You're on point. That's exactly what it is. And we have to learn how to drink this Bible and engulf in it because this is us. This Bible is us.
That's right.
Okay? So, so where was I at? Where was I going?
You wanted Luke 16?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I need more than that.
Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
So in this society, this will be considered the least, because this is not our kingdom. As a matter of fact, the Most High getting ready to wipe this kingdom off the globe. That's in the judgment of the Most High. There ain't no stopping it. It's immutable. It cannot be changed. Okay,
Right.
The judgment is intransigent. Okay, it is ubiquitous. It ain't going no daggone place. Okay, so it's going to happen. Right. So even though we know that, we still need to live righteously even in this present world. That's another scripture. We need to live righteously in this present world. Carry yourselves with some dignity, brothers. Carry yourselves with some dignity, sisters. Even if the whole world is crumbling around you, you, knowing what's coming, you need to carry yourselves with some dignity. Carry yourselves with some discipline and respect. And have respect for your people. Have respect for your mothers and fathers. Have respect for your brothers and sisters. Have respect for your nation. And try to live peaceably with all people. That's the objective. That's what we want to be able to do. Okay? Read on.
And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
If we disregard the commandments in this present kingdom, here we're stealing, we're robbing, and doing all kinds of evil and all of that. That means if we're going to be wicked in this kingdom, we will be wicked in our own kingdom. Right. That's what it's going to tell you. Read that statement again.
And he that is unjust.
Here you got a person stealing on their job, and then the next thing you know, they set up a business, and the next thing you know, you got embezzlement and all types of foolishness going on because he was accustomed to thievery. That's the point. Right. So why did the business fall? Oh man, this nigga, he done stole all the damn money. Well, hell, was he stealing on a job that he didn't even own? When he was working for this company or that company, was he doing that? Yes. Well, then that bad habit transitioned into when he had his own. You got a guy that got an apartment to live in, and the apartment is filthy, nasty, and torn up. Then he gets a mansion. All he does is bring the filthiness to his now he got more money to be just as wicked. Right. I remember Deacon Ithon said something that was very powerful. And there's some things that brothers, and I'm glad that we have this bevy of knowledge among us. Mm-hmm. Deacon Ithon said that our people, he said that our people would be worse. I hope I'm quoting it right. He said our people would be worse than Esau if we had the power to be. Yeah. If we had the power, the only reason why we're not as I'm talking about the ones of us that just out their damn mind, that'll do all kind of heinous madness and all of that. Those are the ones the most are going to wipe off if they don't repent. But my point is, if our people had the power to be wicked, they'll surpass Esau. Mm-hmm. And I can't even believe I said it, because this man, Esau is the embodiment of Satan. Damn. Bishop. But it is. But our people try to outdo him.
Mm-hmm. Right. To your point, is our people would amplify it.
Yes.
Right. So the evil in the world would be amplified because we do everything to the best.
We do.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
So when you see a sodomite, it's the most sodomite. Right. When you
That's
see
the point.
You see a thief,
yes,
they're the best thief.
Yes, right. Yes.
And you do it with style.
Now give them the button though.
Right.
Give them the power to press the button.
If Esau was to give us the button, Bishop, we would put diamonds around it.
Yeah.
The earth would be a burnt rock.
It would be a messed up. But that's because we have lost our sense. We don't know who we are. Right. We don't know. We really don't know, and we have made foolishness a prize,
a standard.
Right. We take it above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's so heavy, Bishop. What y'all bringing out is because he took the most vile, wicked creation that he made and put him over us.
Yeah.
Just to govern us.
That's it.
From getting worse than he was.
Listen, you just quoted the scripture.
The border.
Give me we coming back here. I'm gonna read the scripture. Right. We coming back here. Go to Romans 13. We're gonna read it, and we come. Right there. Yep. And we coming back to that Luke though. Let's read that thing.
Romans chapter 13.
Just in case somebody think that we go, because you know people they hear they say, man, what's going on with the brothers tonight? Yeah. They going in on us like we're Satan. You're not Satan. You're the Israelites.
Right.
But the Most High said that we have become a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto him. Right. He said, I planted you noble.
I don't recognize you.
Listen to what the Lord said. I have planted you a noble vine. Then I went to sleep. Then I came back and looked, and he said, what the hell is this?
Who did this?
Who did this? How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine that I don't even recognize? Right. I planted tulips. Right. I planted violets. I planted daisies. When I came back, I saw weeds with spider
thorns and thistles,
with thorns in it and all that. What the hell is this? Who robbed my garden and put this in there?
Wow.
Read
Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
The higher powers is the nations that the Most High put over us. Jump down.
Verse 4.
There you go.
For he is the minister of God.
The powers that be that the Most High set up the basis. Like he says in another part of the Bible, he set up the basis of men. That's a damn shame. He got a base man. Folly is set in great dignity. And the rich sit in low place because our heads is all messed up because we love sin. We love evil. Read that statement again, that 4th verse.
For he is the minister of God.
For he is the powers that be that the Most High put over us. It's a damn shame that I have to read this, and this stings. I don't like this. I like it because it's in the Bible, but I don't like the fact that we had to go through this. Right. But it is immutable, so I got to deal with it. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Read.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
Let's break all that down. For he is the minister of God. Who's the he? The damn white man. Right. I created Satan. That's what the Lord is saying. I'm the one that told Satan to afflict Job. I'm the one that sent him after the Israelites. I'm the one that told Pharaoh, harden his heart to put more hell on Israel. God did that. Read that thing again.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
For he is the minister of God for you, meaning us. Go ahead.
But if thou do that which is evil.
But if we choose to do that which is evil, we don't forgot what God set up. If we choose to do what is evil, listen.
Be afraid.
Be afraid. Why?
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
Because I gave him the poison serpent to bite your behind. That's what he's saying. I gave him the sword to deal with you and do this and do that. So the Most High had to put him over us to keep us from going so damn wicked and robbed and crazy. Mm-hmm. And I got to back that up. Yes. Go up to the top of the chapter.
Verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
Read.
For there is no power but of God.
The Most High is establishing who he set the powers up. Read on.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God.
Read.
And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Read.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
For the rulers are not a terror to those that keep the commandments. That's what he's saying. Because the whole point was for us to keep the commandments. That's the only reason why this beast is ruling us. Go ahead.
But to the evil.
But he is set up to be a terror to those of us that do evil. That's what that's saying. Go ahead.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Will thou, that's the part that I wanted to get to. Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Because when I was your power, you wasn't afraid.
Right.
So that's what God is saying. When I was your power, I gave you laws, I gave you statutes, and I told you how to deal. And you were wicked among your own people. You started mistreating the women, started murdering brothers. Hosea 4, blood touches blood, controversy. That was us doing all that. Blood touches blood. There was no truth, no justice, no mercy in the land. That was us doing evil upon ourselves.
Say gross darkness.
Gross darkness. Read that line again.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Because you were not afraid when I was your power, so now I got to put this virulent beast over you. Now you're going to listen. That's what he's saying.
The verily beast.
This virulent beast. This thing that have no conscience at all.
Right.
Kill a baby and eat it. Okay?
Bishop.
Go ahead.
Will picnics.
Yeah.
Picnics. Just walk with me with this. For a person to set up a cookout or a family gathering, underneath the person they just hung in a tree.
There you go. He made them that way.
That's the way God ordained them to be.
Yeah.
So we can't be upset at those powers that's over us because he said in Leviticus 26, what else do I have to do to you?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly what he said there.
What
he
else?
Said, I have to go further. And if you still don't listen, I'm going to afflict you 7 times more.
Right.
7 times more. Right.
Can we get it, Bishop?
You get it, man.
Leviticus
and I don't.
26.
Now, wait a minute now. Now I want to. Don't let me. I want to go all the way back to Luke. I got to read that. Okay, so I don't want to forget those points.
Yes, sir.
Hold it.
Okay?
Hold it.
Hold out. Hold that.
Hold on.
Leviticus 26. Just read the top of 16.
Leviticus chapter 26, verse 16.
Let's listen to what the power is called in this verse.
I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it, Cap. Go ahead, Cap.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, but that's it. He called them the same way he called them the belt and the other one.
Right.
He
The
called
sword,
them.
right.
Hey, but check it out. Bishop, can I get a scripture, Bishop?
Yeah.
Hey, get Isaiah 9, verse 13, because our people are so sick.
Yeah.
We would rather deal with the belt.
Yeah.
We would rather deal with the belt than the man that's holding it. I'm going to show you that. Read this. Isaiah 9:13.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 13.
Come on.
For the people turneth not unto him that smiteth them.
Who's really smiting us? It's God that's really smiting us. It says we won't turn to God. Go ahead.
Right.
Neither do they seek the Lord of hosts.
We'd rather deal with the belt. We'd rather reason with the sword
Exactly.
than deal with the man that's wielding it.
Exactly.
That's our people. We sick.
That's us, man. So we got a lot of things lend to this craziness, but some of us, a lot of the craziness that I'm about to show in these videos, we were all subjected to this thing, but we had to make up our minds to get with the Most High to pull ourselves out of that, which is what you can do. Okay? You don't have to stay in this state. Our people don't have to stay here. Okay? It was a punishment, and once we've learned our lesson and realized why these things happen to us, we need to repent and say, okay, Lord, I want to come back out and play.
That's right.
I want to come off of punishment because I disobeyed you. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. So did we read all these pieces that I wanted?
You still want Luke, Bishop?
No. I'm asking.
Yes,
trying to go back to my thing.
Sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah. I'm going back there. So, read that last thing in Romans that I went to and then give me back to Luke.
Yes, sir. Romans chapter 12 verse 8. Chapter 13 verse 4.
Yeah. Was that it? Let me hear. Well, thou then, that's the part I want.
Oh, verse 3.
Yeah.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
For the rulers are not a terror to good work. Hey, the snakes is not a terror to me because I know to stay the hell away from them.
Right.
You understand? The hornets is, you know what it's about. Stay the hell away from it. He said, what did it say in the Psalms? Cast them down.
Right. Deliver
my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. That's how I see those different animals and species out there. I know what to stay away from. Keep God's commandments and live. Okay, read.
For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil.
But there are a terror to those of us that do evil.
Right.
Go ahead.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Because you were not afraid of the power when the Most High was over us. That's what we was reading in Leviticus.
Right, yes, sir.
When the Most High was over us and He gave us a king, He gave us prophets and all that, and we killed them.
Right.
We didn't want to deal with nothing righteous at all. So the Lord said, "Okay, now I got to put somebody over there that you ain't gonna kill, and I'm gonna give him the power to check your behind." That's basically what happened. He says, since you did not want to listen to me when I just basically gave you the law on how to operate, you didn't want to do that. So now I got to put somebody over there that you can't control.
The worst of the heathen.
The worst of the heathen.
Right.
Sheesh.
That's what this is saying. Read that again.
Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Because you weren't afraid when I was over you. Go ahead.
Do that which is good.
Do that which is good. Go ahead.
And thou shalt have praise of the same.
If we deal what's right, they really can't speak against us.
Right.
They can't. I mean, they can lie. Like I always say, you can lie on IUIC, you can lie on us and all that. That's fine. That all lies will be destroyed in Armageddon. So we ain't worried about that.
Right.
But the thing is that as long as we're standing on truth, we ain't got to worry about that.
Right.
I know we're gonna go through some tribulation. We're gonna go through some stuff. But the reason why I say this is because after the end of all of this, even like I say, I make the point, some of us are going to be murdered, jailed, or some of us are really going to get some real stuff. But at the end, because all we got to do is just persevere through it.
Right.
And I know that's easier said than done. But that's something that you have to have in your mind when those trials come up.
Right.
To persevere through it, knowing that there is a reward for your suffering, knowing that there's a reward for holding on to what this Bible is talking about, because this is immutable. That's the point. Okay. So I read all that, right? There's more.
No, sir. That's 3.
Okay. Now, read 4.
4. For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
This man that's over us is over us for our good, to force us to do right. That's the point. Go ahead.
But if thou do that which is evil.
If you do that which is evil and not return unto me, like the Lord said.
Be afraid.
Be afraid.
For he bared not the sword in vain.
So when I told you that I didn't bear the sword in vain, you didn't listen to me. So now I put this beast over you, and you're going to find out how nasty he can be. That's the point. That's the point. So that's why we had to go through all of this.
Damn.
That's the point.
Hey, Bishop, you said something heavy. You said that the people that we can't influence, we can't beat them. It's nothing that you can do against them. Matter of fact, the Most High made it where you have no power against them at all.
You can't beat them. You can't plead with them.
It needs to be understood. Get Psalms 58. It needs to be understood because, again, this is like going back to Stokely Carmichael's point when Dr. King, bless his soul, like I said last week and other times, I pray that the Lord have mercy on that brother. Right. You understand?
Yes, sir.
But he did not understand fully. He started to get it at the end.
Right. It was too late.
It was too late, but he still started to get it.
Right.
He said, we as a people would get to the promised land. He figured it out.
That's right. He went off script.
He went off script. He said, oh, then that dude sitting in there stroking his chin. You remember that, right?
Yeah,
Esau sitting in there like,
hey, he said, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
Right.
He did like this here.
Right.
Hey, I tell you something funny. I tell you something funny. We were somewhere. I won't say where we were, and Esau saw us in our in our march, how we do, we got our flanks and we're demonstrating order.
Right.
Esau drove by in his pickup truck with his hat on, and he looked at the dignity, he looked at the order, and he did one of these, meaning not like he was saluting us. He said, "I see you. I see you."
I see you.
Huh? It bothered him. Right. That's the point. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like he was honoring us. Yeah, he was like, he wasn't saluting us. He was like, okay, I see y'all gonna be a problem.
He was marking us.
That's what he was doing. He had his red, white, and blue hat on and all that.
A lot of people didn't realize it because where we were standing at the Barclays. Yeah. All the white shirts. Yeah. With the brass on it.
Yeah. They were multiplying.
Yeah. They were standing there watching. Yeah. A revolution happened and they couldn't do nothing about it.
Because we weren't committing any crimes.
Right. I know they probably drank themselves to sleep that night.
They're like, damn, we need them to do something. Hell, go plant some weapons, plant some dope on them. Do something. We just can't let them just continue to be a proper beacon of righteousness and light for the people that we've destroyed. We can't have that. Right. We got to find some dirt on them. We got to find some evil on them. Lie on them. God damn it. Do something. That's their mentality. Pinch them. Make them shake up. You understand? It bothers them because of that. But that's the world we live in.
Bishop, the world had never seen an army march into a city and leave with everything unscathed.
Exactly.
They've never seen that before.
Right.
That level of detail.
You had people lying on us. I remember we were going through one of those train stations with the escalators and all that, and people were trying to say all kind of evil. And I remember saying something like this here. I said, you probably was in the safest train station on the planet. Because you had a whole lot of law enforcers in purple and gold.
Right.
That ain't about breaking the laws. That ain't about doing nothing evil. You want no rape going on, none of that, because too much righteousness going on. And I remember that somebody was trying to speak evil about us. And I said that at that point, that was probably the safest place you can be.
We've said that at camp. Yeah. And say a sister was in a situation, and we told the sister, you were in the safest place you could be right now.
Yeah.
With shots ringing out.
Yeah. That was in Detroit with Officer Sampson.
When they were shooting.
Yeah, I remember that. I always talk about that.
Say you
so come on, sister, you be all right. Don't move. You good right there.
That's right.
And she felt calm.
You seen her relax.
Our enemies ain't like that thing.
No, they ain't like that.
Our enemies ain't like that thing.
But that's the beacon. That's the reason. What's good about this, because that's what's in us.
Right.
We can aspire to that. Don't allow somebody to cut our confidence off, to make us believe that we cannot be righteous pillars. A great example. We got to come out of that, and I want to talk about that. I'm getting ready to move on to that.
Yes,
I know
yes, sir.
But we got to. It's good that we getting these scriptures out.
Therapy.
But we got to bring these things out.
It's the icebreaker, Bishop. It's the icebreaker.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just breaking ice. What you got?
You want the bottom of Romans?
Yeah, let's finish that
last part of it. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
That's what our enemies are. They are read that again.
For he is the minister of God.
Who is the he? The powers that be. This is talking about Esau and whoever is ruling over us, because we disobeyed our father. So the Lord said, therefore you will serve your enemies, because you were not happy to serve me. That's what Deuteronomy 28 is saying. Because you were not glad. Because what did it say? Because you did not because you did not serve the Lord with gladness and joyfulness of heart. For the abundance of everything, I gave you the whole planet Earth. Because you were not happy with that, I will put you under your enemies, and you will serve them till you get some damn sense. That's what this is saying. Read that.
For he is the minister of God.
Because you weren't. I had to put him to be my minister. That's what a minister is. A minister is somebody that speaks for a higher power. Think about it. Like when a doctor or a nurse administers medicine from you, that medicine was prescribed by a head doctor. So they administered the medicine into you. Read that again.
For he is the minister of God.
He is the helper. That's what minister mean. To help. He is the minister of God.
A revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
That doeth evil against the head person, meaning against the Most High. So I have to send him to be my ambassador to whip your ass to get you back in shape. That's the point.
That's right.
I hate to say it that way, but that's what it is.
Right.
Okay? It'd be good if your preachers actually spoke the way I just spoke, so that you can stop going to church with a bubbly attitude and come out and still sin and end up in getting jacked up. You need to be told the truth.
Right.
Okay? So with all that being said, who you got something?
I was just going to say, Bishop, that verse 4 is heavy.
Yeah.
Because it says, read that part where it says, for he beareth not.
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
Meaning, there's a purpose behind him
Tell the kitchen
bearing the sword.
There's another one for me.
There's a purpose behind him bearing the sword. It's not in vain. Meaning, when Hosea 5:15 comes into play, he's saying he's there for that prophecy. He's meant to cause affliction to you, so you can come call on me.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what the belt does. Right. The belt, that belt, that shot to your behind, makes you remember things. I must have did daddy wrong.
Right. Bishop.
I must have did mama wrong. My butt is smoking. What did I do wrong? It ain't supposed to be hot back here.
Right. But that's what when we're talking about them being a terror unto evil.
Right.
Because a belt is made to hold your pants up.
Yeah.
It has a purpose. But it also has another purpose.
Yeah.
Right. It's supposed to serve you.
It's supposed to serve either way.
Right.
Because sometimes you need to be served the other way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. All right. We got it? She gonna bring it? Okay. All right. Where we at? So we read that, right? Now let's go back to Luke. Fix you got your Y up there on the. There you go. I know you into it now. You
rolling now.
He's smoking.
Yeah.
Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
So even in our captivity, we're still supposed to keep the commandments of God. We should not have to get our behinds torn up to remember to do God's will. That's supposed to be in us. That's the point. Go ahead.
And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much.
Man, if you're doing evil and wickedness in what don't even belong to you, like I said, you a man that got an apartment and your apartment is all messed up and torn up, somebody give you a big house and you ain't gonna do nothing but multiply that mess all over the house because your mind ain't right.
Right.
Go ahead.
If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon,
If we have not been faithful in this kingdom here, I'm just summing it up. That's what it's saying. We have not been faithful to God's commandments. That's what it's talking about. Because that's why the Bible is here. That's why this ubiquitous book is here, for us to follow it. Okay, that's why he calls this Bible to follow us in our captivities. You really got to understand the omnipotence of the Most High and his prophecies. Here we are, the children of the Most High, and the Most High calls the Bible to follow us through all our captivity so it could be around for us to wake up.
Bishop, they burned it.
They burned it, and the Most High still had it.
He said he put it in somebody's mind, rewrite it.
Rewrite it.
That's right.
Right.
And it is the book of our fathers that's resurrecting our minds, those of us that have enough sense to realize that this is the solution to our people's problems.
Immutable.
Immutable. Let's read on.
who will commit to your trust the true riches?
Read that whole thing again.
If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon.
If we have not been faithful in this kingdom right here, if in other words, I'm on my job. I ain't stealing on my job. So when the Most High gives me the opportunity to run something, I'm going to deal with that in righteousness.
Right.
That's the point. And we need to be able to think on the level to know that we can run things. They be like, well, why are you talking like you want to own something? What the hell is wrong with our people? Huh? They be like, I'm supposed to be working. Don't you know I'm supposed to be working for somebody all the time?
Right.
How come they don't say that to each other? Come on, man. We gotta get out of that. But I'm gonna play something that's gonna show you how we got there. How we got there. But again, we can come out of that thing. But it's gonna identify some things, and many of us might be shocked. Okay? Read that whole thing again, and then we gonna get off that.
If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your trust the true riches?
Who will give you the kingdom? That's what he's saying. If you have not been righteous in captivity, we stealing from each other, we're robbing from each other, lying on each other, doing all kind of evil to each other, and we don't even have our own kingdom.
Right.
How would the supreme being say you are ready to have your own? No. So it will not be committed to our trust if we don't even know how to operate when we have small things. So that's the lesson that we must understand. Okay, and the Most High use all kinds of tools, if you will, to help us understand that basic logic. Okay, so now, without all that being said, what was? Did I get all the pieces out?
Oh yeah.
Got that. It was something else I was going. Did I get the Isaiah? Okay, I think I got everything right.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, I want to play a video. I want to play a video to show that we made the Lord mad, and the Most High. Whose phone is that? Is that my thing? Keep vibrating and all that. Go ahead. Like I was saying, I'm going to play a video, and it's going to illustrate. Yes, sir, that's it. It's going to illustrate. Yeah, pass that down. Thank you, brothers. It's going to illustrate something that has happened to us. Leave that there. Leave that there. It's going to illustrate what has happened to us, and it's something that we have attained to, but we can break this dang thing. But I was just going to just show you. I think I'm talking too much. Let me just let the video play. Hit it.
The first one only.
Now, let me pause it. This video is dealing with the subject of learned helplessness. And the reason why I'm playing this after all of the scriptures that we just did, because I was making the point that we can come out of this. We can come, because of our disobedience, all of these terrible things happen to us, but the Most High have not given up on us yet. He said, but his mercy still is extended to us. But the Lord's mercy endureth forever. He still brings that mercy to us. So we have the chance to come out of this. As bad and as bleak as it seems, we are still in the ubiquitous prophecy of God's standard, which is the Bible. And he has it outlined in that he's setting up the kingdom for us. But we got to go through some stuff. So that's what I'm basically showing now. All of the evils that has happened to us, but we got to persevere through this thing knowing that there's a kingdom coming. And that's what's going to help us get through all of this. But it has been a traumatic experience, as I'm about to show you. Okay, let's just start it. Let's play it from the beginning.
First one only. An anagram is rearrange the letters to form a word. When you're done, I need to see your hand raised. Put your hands down. Let's just go to number 2. Don't even worry about number 1. When you're done, I want to see your hands up. For number 3, rearrange the letters, and as soon as you do, go ahead and put your hand up. Here's what you need to know. You were both given 2 different lists. This side of the room was given these 3 words. The left side of the room, here you go. They were given bat. What would the word be? The second one, they were given lemon. Brian, the word? Melon. They were easy. The trick here was both of you were given the third word, which was the same. The third word was cinerama, which was American. Your first 2 words on this side of my classroom were not solvable. They were impossible tasks. I'm sorry. I know. But here's what we did this for. I was able to induce something called learned helplessness in the left side of the room very easily within about 5 minutes. I want you to think about what happened to you, this left side of the room, when you saw the right side of the room raising their hands because they already had the task done. Jory.
I felt stupid.
You felt stupid? Yeah. Okay.
I felt rushed.
Felt rushed? Joelle?
I was even more confused.
You were even more confused because they all got it and you were still struggling. Chelsea? Frustrated. And so what happened to show the differences? Why did you have more of a difficult time with the third word, which was the exact same word? Brian?
My confidence was shot.
What you experienced was a term called learned helplessness. How many have heard of the term before? Let me see your hands. Learned helplessness is often used in the academic literature to mean what? Jory?
Basically, they fail once or can't do something one time, and then they apply that to everything in the future.
They're anagrams.
Stop. Did y'all? What
That's
is
heavy stuff.
Come on with
That's heavy stuff, Bishop.
Definitely.
And it reminds me, what it reminds me of, number one, obviously, as soon as they released us from Emancipation Proclamation, when they released us from slavery, they set up all those things to limit our progress.
Say that again.
I said, the moment they emancipated us, I'm taking it back to when they took the chains off of us.
I was trying to fix something here.
I'm with you, Bishop.
I want to hear what you were saying.
The moment they released us, they immediately started putting those hurdles in our way, those
yes.
as she put it, impossible things to solve.
Right, exactly.
That's the black codes. That's the
exactly.
Jim Crow.
Exactly.
The no work policies.
The
they was locking people up.
even the writings in the Constitution. The 3/5 of these things we internalized them, and it shot our confidence.
Yes, sir.
It shot our ability to be great. It made us afraid to step up because we felt, once we attain to that the order is fixed, we begin to morph ourselves in a subservient condition.
Bishop, it reminds me of that Isaiah 51.
Yeah.
About saying to your soul, bow down.
Right.
That's what they did. They spoke to our soul, and then we, like you said, Bishop, we internalized that, and we still see the ripples in the community today.
Notice she said that this is done in academic circles. At the end of it, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Because this is an academic literature, because this is done in school, okay? And basically, the experiment that she did, and I wanted to make a point about experiments in general, because in the 60s, there were a lot of experiments done on campus. Like I mentioned a few of them before. I didn't put any in the clips and all that, but you had the Stanley Milgram's obedience, because they were really the psychologists wanted to learn how to manipulate the mind. You had another man named B.F. Skinner, the Skinner box, and operant conditioning and things like that. This, they wanted to learn how to manipulate people's thinking. That's going to play heavily as I go through these clips, but that's what it is. And we have learned self-helplessness and didn't even realize it. And this is all Esau that was in the classroom.
Right.
So, but you can imagine how it worked on us, because we actually felt like our skin had something to do with learn help. We, like our sisters bleaching their hair and eyes and all that. All of that is because they're trying to fix something in their spirit that says, I'm trying to get over the incompleteness of me. That's how heavy that is.
That's heavy.
Go ahead.
Only within 5 minutes that experiment was conducted, and the Edomite, who's the recipient of white supremacy in his society that uplifts his confidence.
And it actually had an effect on him.
It had an effect on him in 5 minutes. How much the more for us over the course of hundreds of years of it. But in the political arena, you have the conservatives, they call them some of the people who are more Uncle Tom in terms of their mentality towards black people and how they behave. They say you shouldn't have the victim mentality. Which is true. Where they're wrong is that they ignore the fact that it's easy to obtain the victim mentality when you are legitimately a victim.
Right.
But the reason that it's true is because the victim mentality's downfall is that you accept that position as your destiny.
Right.
And that's what.
And that's exactly what happened. You heard the guy say, he said, my confidence was shot.
Yeah.
And notice this, in case people missed it, the last word was exactly the same. But because they failed the first 2 times, the confidence was lost to even recognize that the last word was just the same as the other side.
They didn't even try.
They didn't even try. That's what's wrong with us. We don't even try to do better.
Bishop.
Because we've learned how to be a slave.
And that learned behavior is put in systematically into everything.
Right.
Everything that you can see, because they don't want to miss an opportunity to experiment on your mind.
Right.
So it's in everything, from your school to your programming on your TV, your radio, the clothes that you buy. Even the clothes that you buy is part of programming, because there's a certain look that they project on you, and they make you feel that you are obligated to get that. So that experiment never stops. From the time that you're born into the time that you die, Esau is playing with your mind.
And keep in mind also, remember, The first two was unsolvable. Then the last three, that was what you call an equal playing field.
Right.
That's what Esau does today. So you can go to college today. You can do what you want today. You can work the same jobs. But you ignore the fact that you gave me 2 traps before you equaled the playing field.
My legs
and
are
damaged me.
You put me on you put me on an equal playing field with no damn feet.
After I was handicapped.
Right. And then right now, DEI.
Right.
DEI, out of all things, the thing that was supposed to equalize the playing field, the third option, if you will, was taken off the field.
Right.
So that third option that we just saw is not even on the playing field anymore. Because they said it because you benefited from it. And we weren't able to benefit over you with that equal playing field. We have to remove it.
When they know good and well, they the DEI hires because a Negro always got to be twice as good to get paid half as much.
At least.
Always.
At least
half as good. What the hell is this?
Bishop, can I give an example right quick, too?
Yeah. Come on with it.
I remember as a young man going into whether it was a fast food restaurant or grocery store and getting an application. Normally, you would look at that application and you were like, what the heck? Because it's like 4 or 5 pages.
Right.
They looking at you to see how you gonna react then.
Right.
Normally people take the application and leave, but I would sit down and fill the whole thing out,
Right.
and it would blow their mind because they expecting you to leave and never come back.
Right.
Yeah.
But they set that the way even the way they set those applications up because they had classes in school where they would show you how to fill out a full application or even learn how to fill out your taxes, how to apply for a job, resumes, all types of things that will prepare you, but they removed that out of the school.
Oh,
it's like they did all the trades. I just wanted to point that out.
No,
I remember that.
Yeah, that's good that you remember that. And I'll go a step further, and I want to read something, and we're gonna move on. Just to your point, Captain, of what you said, because they don't expect us to get past the traps of those 2 failures, those 2 words. Even though the last one would be like a even, quote unquote, an even playing field, but your confidence is already shot. You felt stupid because you failed, and at the same time, but you notice that they were in the same classroom. You got to look at that. They're over there failing, and they're looking at the other side and say, "Damn, they just rolling."
Right,
They've been exposed to success.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That alone is a killer. You're looking over there and say, "Damn, I must be stupid." Look how they just flowing through it. All of that is internalized, and that affects your brain. That affects your confidence.
Mission accomplished.
And that's what that. So it's learned. We've been incubated into a helpless posture.
Bishop, on a small level, how we deal with each other in our neighborhoods. You curse. You see men cursing out women. You see how men are dealing with how they with their neighborhood, how their neighborhood looks. When you go to Esau's neighborhoods, you turn your music down. You won't throw anything out the window because you respect their neighborhood.
I've seen that in New York at a train station. Now I'm gonna tell you what I mean real quick. Now, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna say this here. 86th Street. I'm talking about on the Lexington Avenue line. 86th Street and 96th Street. 96th Street, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. 86th Street is I think is the one where only the local goes. It's one or the other.
Right.
I remember the 96th Street train station was much cleaner than the 86th Street train station for some reason. And when you get off the train, garbage is all over the platform, spilling all over, empty, dirty cups and all that, all in the seats and all that. It's just a mess. And you would see people that would, have a cup and then they finish drinking. They just throw it, because it doesn't make a difference. It's, the garbage is there. You just throw in another cup, another piece of potato chip bag or whatever. And you feel like you're not doing anything outside of what's already there.
The normal.
But when I went to the 96th Street train station, it's clean. And you would feel out of place. Going back to your point, you would feel out of place to not walk down looking for the receptacle that's damn near by the exit.
You walk out of your way.
all the way out and to put that thing in the receptacle. That's what I'm talking about.
That
was your point.
The spiritual train line,
yeah,
or a train crossing, because when you go from town to town, when you cross those train tracks, you can feel it and you can see it.
Yeah,
the difference between a black neighborhood or Jake neighborhood and an Edomite neighborhood. And it could be only a half a block, but you see the difference because it's spiritual.
They expect us to embrace learned helplessness.
That's it.
Right.
They expect us to embrace it, which is the reason why IUIC is making such an uproar, because we're not fitting in the mold that you said that we should be in.
Right.
That's the problem.
To see thousands of men walk down in a street
in order and not committing crimes, not take care of our wives and our children too.
And
some of us used to sell. We're saying that we got rid of all that and we've changed into positive, upstanding men. And they're like, how the hell did they break out of the syndrome that we gave them,
Bishop,
to make them subservient
to the point where they won't even put it on TV for you to see.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point.
And then we bring out the Black Christ.
Exactly.
And then we show his levels, his levels that we still can attain to.
They said, who learned you?
Who learned you, man?
That's the point. Who learned you? Where did you go to school? How did you escape our education of death that was supposed to poison your mind? Where did you go to school at? Because you could not have went to the schools that I set up for you.
You got loose.
You got loose.
And Bishop,
you one of those radical Negroes, ain't you?
Bishop, what you're bringing out is showing that a lot of times the white supremacy ain't really where our focus should be. It's that black inferiority.
Exactly.
That
really is the point.
Right.
That you take that home with you.
Exactly.
Your children get affected by it. Your neighborhood get affected by it.
And that's because you said that, I'm gonna read this here. I said, learn helplessness. This is exactly how we've been incubated into quote unquote living. Because this is not really a life. How we to live like a slave. That's you living on your knees. You understand? That's not a life, okay? So we've been incubated into this quote unquote kind of living. We're living a life as non-achievers, and we're comfortable with that. Non-achievers. You go and get. I'll give you an example. If you go to get good grades, for an example, or you keep yourself pure, you didn't lose like people lose their virginity and all that, and they actually congratulate you for doing that.
Right.
But if you held on to it, they like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why don't you just give that thing up? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about men and women. I ain't just talking about the women. Men and women. You're supposed to save that thing to you when you're married. You're supposed to be fornicating with nobody. I'm not just talking about women. I'm talking about men and women.
Right.
You understand? And if you get a brother and or a sister that hold themselves to that standard, they're looking at her like, who do you think? You think you're better than us? Right. You did because of the sick mentality that we have been incubated into holding on to. Learned self-hatred, learned learned non-achieving behavior. We've learned it. We've internalized it. We made it normal. It's crazy. This video shows just one aspect of how this literally affects every aspect of our thinking, where we have no real confidence in ourselves to do anything that's self-uplifting. You dig it?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna read that again.
Sir.
Did y'all catch what I was saying?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That little experiment was just done in a classroom. But when our people go through that, every aspect of their lives, of our lives, is multiplied by that one thing. We go through our whole life. Every aspect of our life is affected the same way. Everything that we try to achieve, we feel like we can't quite do it. We're not quite as good. You understand? And that carries in everything that we do. So here comes IUIC. That's changing that. Then they say, oh, you're a hate group. Of course, we're a hate group to you because you want to kill our people.
Right.
And we're telling our people how to undo the murder. And they say, well, you're a terrorist because you're resurrecting your people. And my objective as your enemy is to destroy you.
Bishop. And then they'll send the actors.
Exactly.
Then they'll send in the people, how you say provocateur?
Yeah.
Agent provocateurs.
You say the agent provocateurs in to try to disrupt us, disrupting them. They basically they're a double agent.
Damn.
Show me my next clip. It's a book actually. Put it on the screen over here. This is the result of learned self-helplessness. Show that.
Wow.
The almost looks like the thumbnail, right?
Yeah.
Same deal. The miseducation, or I should say the incubation. The incubation of our people, of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson, right? And I always reference this particular cover because the illustration is exactly what it is. Our mind is locked into being an underachiever, and we hold that as if it's our standard.
Yeah.
And whenever we go beyond the standard by which they say we should live, they're saying you sold out. I'm talking about Israelite camps that say this.
Oh, yeah.
You sold out. Because they themselves have no damn confidence to believe as the children of God that they can't do better than how they're actually doing, which is a damn shame.
Bishop, I know a long time ago you used to say the low-hanging fruit.
Yes. It's a shame.
It's like you can't reach the high fruit, the good fruit, so you say the hell with that fruit.
Yeah.
And then you get mad at those who build ladders.
Exactly. So what you doing? Why you doing that?
Why you
don't you know we don't supposed to be up there? We supposed to be in this barrel hating each other.
That's right.
You know we are supposed to be down here?
Right.
Show the book again. Let me show you how far this learned self-helplessness goes. Now show the next clip, the next part, the back of the book. Let's read that. Come on, zoom in.
When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions.
That's what learned helplessness did. Once our people have subscribed to the confidence being shot, feel stupid. Once they subscribe, as a man thinketh, that's the Bible. Once you internalize that and accept that as your reality, you will be what you shape your whole existence. And that's why I say that one experiment shapes our whole atmosphere. Everything about us fits within that framework that our minds have been boiled down to. So we cannot see beyond. We cannot see beyond beyond the room of where we were put, inside the room of inferiority. And then when you become radical, you basically stepping outside of the box. And they use those trigger words to put you back in the box. Well, I don't want to be radical. I don't want to be extreme. I want to be regular folk.
Right.
Meaning I want to be a slave.
I don't want to make waves.
I don't want to make waves. That's the incubation. Okay, read.
You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder.
When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to tell him. Once we leave that classroom, you do not have to tell them to not take the test. You don't have to tell them to not take the application or to go build your own thing. You don't have to. Just listen to that. You don't have to tell them to organize. They won't do it. You don't have to tell them not to organize. That's what I'm saying it backwards. You don't have to tell them not to pull their resources together. You don't have to tell them not to come together like the Bible says. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. You don't have to tell them not to do that, because once you believe that you're not even worthy because you've been made to feel stupid, you've been made to feel that you have no confidence, you've learned helplessness, and you have attributed that to your own being.
So they engineering self-doubt.
They engineer self-doubt. That's exactly what that classroom showed you. And that's what we're looking at here. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place. That's listen to me. That right there is the bedrock to a lot of the crime that we do.
That's true.
Give me that in the Bible. We are wise to do evil. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show where it comes from. Yeah, and we're gonna bring this back up here again. I'm gonna show you, because you got to look deep into things, and don't be afraid to be a thinker. You understand? People, you're trying to address things that you see, and people telling you, oh, you shouldn't go and you shouldn't think that way. Don't tell me how to think. Don't tell me how to. I'm going to look into every damn thing I think I need to look into.
Right.
You don't limit my thinking. You don't limit my creativity.
Right.
You got it?
Yes, sir. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish.
Go ahead.
They have not known me.
Go ahead.
They are Sodom's children.
Evil as hell. Go ahead.
And they have none understanding.
They have none understanding. Listen.
They are wise to do evil.
We are wise to do evil. Go ahead.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
But to do good, we are not trained. We are not incubated to do good. Understand what I'm saying? We are beings of adaptation, if you will.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If we are not allowed by our own thinking, because our minds have been shaped to think less of who we really are, and you will succumb to that as your whole circumference of your own being. That's why I say, once that happens, every aspect of your life is shaped by that doubt that you learned, and that self-doubt, like you pointed out, that learned helplessness. You will build your whole platform on mediocrity, which is why I get so mad when I see brothers halfway do something. What the hell is wrong with you coming out doing something halfway? Where's your best? Where's your best? Don't give me no half-ass nothing. Where's your best? Why you can't show me your best? Nobody ever had confidence in me. Well, damn it, I do. And the Lord does. But that's how it be. That's how it be. Okay? So we shaped our whole being around this. Read that again.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me.
The wise to do evil. That's the part.
Yes, sir.
They are wise.
They are wise to do evil.
Why are we wise to do evil? Go ahead.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
We have no knowledge to do good because we don't allow ourselves to think. We don't allow ourselves to grow mentally. The hell with trying to fit somebody else's definition on your thinking.
Right.
We're the people of God. Why in the world am I toning down my ability to think just to fit your narrative of what you say that I should be? The hell with you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But we succumb to that. Read that line again.
They are wise to do evil.
We are wise to do evil because we are allowed to do evil. Because we believe that we cannot do anything other than that because that's what that tester showed you. If all our confidence is shot down, and we're made to feel stupid, we are made to feel ashamed and the rest of it, that will shape you into living a life of non-achievers. That will shape you into a life of living doubtful, half-assed, mediocre. So when that becomes the deal, everything that you do will become your proper place. That's why I stopped when I read that. You do not have to tell him, when you control a man's thinking, you do not have to tell him to, let me read it, I'm quoting it. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him to stand here or go yonder, meaning there. He will find his proper place. That's the adaptation that I was talking about. When you live a life with no opportunity, even if the nations cut it off, and you yourself say, well, I don't need to be up there because I'm comfortable being in the, being like this here, right, living half-assed, mediocre. In your mediocrity, you will find a way to make it normal. That's what it means. In other words, we've normalized inferiority. That's what it says. You will find, put it back up there again. He will find his proper place. His proper place meaning in an inferior status.
Until he have destroyed
until he, exactly. That's the point there. We will use that to say that's where we belong. That's why they put quotes on it. Look at it. That's the reason why I put, because it's not proper. But we made it proper because our minds is limited. And within that limited life, we have to find some glimmer of a quote-unquote proper place. And we relish in that, and we stay in that, and we make that normal.
Damn.
So it becomes normal to whore my women out. It becomes normal to rob my brother. It becomes normal to sell drugs. It becomes normal to be evil to my mothers and fathers. It becomes normal. You understand? And then when somebody comes in and says, brother, you ain't supposed to live like that. Sister, you ain't supposed to live like that. Their answer is, what are you talking about? This is all I know. You're trying to sell me something that's not for me. I belong here in squalor. That's how it is so-called argue. That's why I tell the bishop and the rest of we ain't arguing with no Israelite. I ain't arguing with no damn body.
Right.
If you can't have enough sense to see that you're supposed to be thinking on a God level with some damn confidence, then I can't talk to you.
Right. Bishop, they've lowered our ceiling, and you become comfortable.
You become comfortable in it. They got all kinds of experiments where they use the fleas, for an example. They put the lid on the flea. The fleas are jumping all out the thing. Then they put the cap on it for like a few days or whatever. Then they take the cap off, and none of the fleas jump out because they learned helplessness. The damn fleas got right. They learned that elephant with the string. But my point is, they've learned it. They forgot how to fly beyond the rim of the glass.
Right.
And they got wings. You got a brain. You got a mind. That's the point. Learn helplessness. Mm. And the Lord is trying to break you out of that. The Lord is trying to break us out of that kind of thinking. That's the reason why we don't tolerate that damn thing up in here. Coming in here with some mediocre. You got to change, damn it. You got to change. I expect the best out of you. Don't tell me what we can't do. I don't want to hear that. I ain't born on this damn earth just to be mediocre. The Lord set it up where the sperm and the egg came together, and the Lord said, I want this spirit to be born now. The hell am I going to come here and just be mediocre? The Lord said, I knew you before you was even born, and I ordained you to come out here and you to serve me and to do what I gave you to do. How the hell am I going to come here and waste what the Lord told the angels to do, to put my spirit in the damn body, to be brought up? That's what we got to reach our people.
And that's why IUIC is a threat, Bishop.
Yes.
That's why IUIC is a threat.
Yes, sir.
Because once our people reconnect with this Bible, they're going to go back. That's why the Lord said, I will restore thy judges as at the first.
Yes.
That's why it's things like Romans 3 written in the Bible. What advantage have the Jew? Much every way.
Every way.
Much every way.
Exactly. And it means just that. You got to bring all those words out. You are right on the yes, sir. Go ahead. What you got?
I want to stay in Jeremiah.
Mm-hmm.
Read verse 21. Because before he went into telling them how wise they was to do evil, he said something about a standard. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 21. How long shall I see the standard?
How long shall the Bible be taught in its proper manner? Go ahead.
And hear the sound of the trumpet.
And see the men in purple out teaching. We're out on the Sabbath. We're 7 days a week. Radio shows, preaching, letting the word come out. Come on.
For my people is foolish.
So the Lord says, I'm putting the standard in front of you. How long are you going to see it and not take hold of it? He said, you're foolish. Go ahead.
They have not known me.
They won't listen to the Bible. Go ahead.
They are Sadas children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil.
But Bishop, as you said, we take hold of everything that we were taught on. The people that govern us, like we said in Romans 13, are evil. They taught us everything that they know.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, okay, now go. Then they took the cap off, like you said, Bishop. They left us in the barrel and they took the cap off. And now we're there to continue to do the things that they taught us. But God said, how long shall you see the standard and not follow it? How long shall you hear the trumpets but not listen to the warnings? All of that before he gave us, and he said, y'all evil as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Bishop.
That's the point right there. So we got to break out of this mold.
Mm-hmm.
We got to break out of this thing, okay? And it's important for us to hear that message. Let's read the rest of this. Let's just get that whole thing while it's up there.
Sir. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place.
So whenever we subscribe to this kind of thinking, our proper place would be crime, rape, robbery, nothingness, bumness, mediocre. That will be, and they say, why are you thinking beyond you as a quote? They use the word nigger and think that we're going to subscribe to that. They actually you throw those words out, like a white man will go, Esau, because he ain't white. I can't call him white. I ain't gonna be blind to my
anything.
Eyes. No. Yeah, exactly. But my eyes, I got eyesight. I can see, at least for now. I ain't seen a white person on this planet Earth yet. Niggers, niggers, niggers. And they say something like that, and here go black people. They just lose all the damn air, just seep out of them and all that.
Damn balloons.
Like, what the hell is this? You're the children of the Most High. Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. Read.
And will stay in it.
Hold it. What did it say?
He will find his proper place.
He will find his proper place of inferiority. Go ahead.
And will stay in it.
And it will stay in it. Won't aspire to do anything. Damn. Go ahead.
You do not need to send him to the back door.
Listen to how pervasive and how bad this thing is.
Damn.
You do not have to send him to the back door. Go ahead.
He will go without being told.
He will go to the back door without being told.
Trained.
Now wait a minute now, because you gotta visualize this here. You do not have to send him to the back door. Now the front door is there,
wide open.
Wide open. When you control his mind, he will see the door open, wide open. And he won't even think to go there because he said, my inferiority will not allow me to think that I am worthy to go through that door, and it's open.
Lord,
read the rest of it.
He will go without being told.
He will, because his mind is inferior, because he's been taught that. No confidence, shot down, feel stupid. He will go without being told. Go ahead.
In fact, if there is no back door.
If there is no back door, I got to accentuate this. If there is no back door, listen.
He will cut one for his special benefit.
He will cut a hole in it. That's the proper place. If there is no opportunity for us to make any money in the ghetto, we will sell dope and make a wicked industry that kills our people. That's what this is going into. We will create a criminal empire among us rather than learn how to organize and build something positively. We will cut a hole in a brick.
It's a perfect.
Perfect. Rather than go through the front door that is open. That's how bad this thing is.
Bishop, and to your point with the drug dealers, with the front door wide open, we have those opportunities now.
Yes, that's what we're showing you.
You have men. Yeah, now we're showing you the way. We're showing you the standard.
I want that scripture.
We're showing you the standard.
This is the
yes, sir. Jeremiah 6.
But you have those men that would sell drugs, that would be master chemists, that would be excellent in marketing. They would be great entrepreneurs.
Right.
Given the opportunity, if their ceiling wasn't low.
Listen to me. I'm glad you said that, because that's what we do without giving up all, because I know we got enemies. But I made it my business to go throughout all of us, all throughout IUIC, and find out who knows what in terms of skill.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I ain't going to say too much, but my whole point is don't waste what you've learned. Give it to these young men. Give it to these young women. Okay, organize what you got right in front of you. I'm not walking with that mind of having no confidence. I walk into a room and I talk to my people and I tell them, I said, I don't even see where we're at right now. I see well beyond this. And I have to put that vision out there. And they say, what do you mean? You see, I have to say that. I have to put the image out there. Because if I believe it, hopefully I can cause you to emulate my vision and for you to gravitate towards it. And it is contagious. I've been a witness of it. You understand? Like, when we go into certain, and then we have to decorate and fix it all, I use it, I won't go too deep in terms of what we do. Right. But, I said, we get ready to make this thing happen right here. And then I said, show the receipts. Like I said, let's go back and look at what it was when we came here and look at it now. And you did not think that you could do this because you had doubt. But I told you to remove that doubt and think like real men and women of God and have some confidence in yourself. And once you do that and you actually see the work of your hands materialize, that begins to break that barrier that you were once sealed up in.
Yeah, breaking that spell.
You're breaking that spell. Right. You're breaking that spell. And then I say, don't you ever go back there again. Right. You're only allowed to go up. You're only allowed to think more. Never go back. So read the rest of that thing.
his education makes it necessary.
So if there is no back door, he will cut one out for his special benefit of being inferior. And why? Because his indoctrination makes it necessary for him to do that. That's the learned helplessness that we were talking about earlier. Okay? What did I have you holding on to? Because you said something that's...
the weight.
Yeah.
Isaiah 30.
Yeah, that's it. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee.
This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to call them out of that mindset of inferiority. Read it again.
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee.
Why is it saying and our people that's in this mind of their proper place being mediocre, they're hearing the words behind them? It's because they're looking to continue in mediocrity. And they're not facing, in other words, their heart goes after their own incubated education. That's where their mind be. But we trying to pull them out of that and say, listen, turn around and build yourselves up. You women, build yourselves up. You men, build yourselves up. But you've accepted a servitude posture. You've accepted inferiority. You've accepted mediocrity. And you don't believe, well, why is he talking to me? I ain't nothing. I ain't special. Why is he not? Why is he coming after me? What do you see in me? I've had people say this to me. Men and women. Even in the world, when I would say certain things to them to try to get them out of a particular thought, they're like, what do you see in me? I said, what do you mean what I see in you?
Damn.
You understand? Because it's a surprise that somebody actually takes the time to value them.
Vacant esteem.
Vacant esteem. All that goes there. They're empty.
Damn, in the sunken place, Bishop.
The sunken place.
Damn.
Hey, that's heavy. Because that's real.
Yes.
The sunken place is a real place.
That's the proper place. That's what that man is saying in the book.
Damn.
That's what he's saying. The sunken place. We made that our reality. Read that Bible.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way.
That's us trying to call you out of your continued journey into nothingness. We're trying to get you to let that go and follow where you really belong. So we have to turn you around from where you're heading. That's why it's behind you. Go ahead.
This is the way.
We're saying this is the way to break that spell. This is how that spell is broken. All of what y'all saw in that classroom experiment, every last one of us been through that.
Right.
So that all those Edomites in there, but if we've been to any school ever, we went through that SH.
Right.
All of us, myself included. Yeah. We learned helplessness and we believed that we were nobody. Well, why is it that they finished and gone? And I'm still here struggling trying to get this answer. And everybody looking at me like, damn, he must be slow. He ain't finished yet. Damn. Not even realizing that it was set up that way. Think about that, and you don't know that. Did you see the reaction the teacher had to say, listen, it was unsolvable.
Right. You couldn't.
And she had to apologize because she knew their egos were hurt. Play the thing back again. Play that thing back again. Because just on that alone, it's a damn experiment, the teacher had to apologize because it was so damaging. Ain't nobody apologized to us.
No.
In a damn experiment, she had to apologize because they felt it within 5 minutes. Not even. That didn't take 5 minutes. Play it. Play it.
The first one only. An anagram is rearrange the letters to form a word. When you're done, I need to see your hand raised. Put your hands down. Let's just go to number 2. Don't even worry about
now hold it.
1.
So they did number 1. You saw the whole left, whatever side of that class, right. They all got their hand up, and the people on the other side said, "Damn,
what the hell?
We must be stupid as hell. They got all of it." So that's already working on them. Yeah. Play on.
When you're done, I want to see your hands up.
Look at that.
For number 3, rearrange the letters, and as soon as you do, go ahead and put your hand up. Here's what you need to know. You were both given 2 different lists.
Stop. She's explaining what really just went down.
Right.
So everybody in the room now knows that it's an experiment. And she still had to apologize because the damage was already damn done to them. What the hell you think we went through? She's telling them that it's an experiment, and she still had to apologize because in that little bit of space, damage was done. Damn. Play it.
Side of the room was given these 3 words. The left side of the room, here you go. They were given bat. What would the word be? The second one, they were given lemon. Brian, the word? Melon. They were easy. The trick here was both of you were given the third word, which was the same. The third word was cinerama, which was American. Your first 2 words on this side of my classroom were not solvable.
Stop. She had to explain to them. She said, your first 2 words were unsolvable. A damn experiment. They all grew up in privileged households. They're all Esau. But just sitting in a classroom going through a 5-minute experiment did that amount of damage. What the hell you think was the damage that happened to us for generations of this SHIT?
She had to apologize for the trauma.
Hear it.
She
For
had
the
to
little
apologize.
bit of, nobody apologized to us.
Bishop.
Talking about some damn DEI.
Bishop, you know that those people in that experiment got the best
They
seats on
probably
couch.
went and sued. They probably, some of them damn kids
And
probably
won.
went and sued and said, you caused my child some damn damage
Pain
for
and
2
suffering.
minutes. For
My
pain
kids
and
ain't
suffering.
never going to be the same.
Right.
Go ahead, play it.
They were impossible tasks. I'm sorry. I know, but here's what
You
we
heard
did
it?
this for.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had to apologize for a damn experiment. Who apologized to us when we went through this and they basically told me, no, it ain't rigged. It ain't set up for the, you just dumb.
Pull yourself
You
up.
just, pull yourself up. You understand? This is, you can, why is it that you can't, it must be because you're black. It must be because you got curly hair. It must be because your skin is this and your hair is that. That's what happened to us. No therapy at all. You see this shit?
From our evil people.
Rigged failure. Yeah. And then mocked us.
Right. They say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you have no boots.
No socks.
No feet.
On broken glass.
The Lord, listen to me. I'm about to change gears. I done been on this for a while. We're gonna go put to 9. We got some permission. I made some calls. So we're gonna keep on rolling.
All praise.
All right?
All praise, Bishop.
All praise.
Y'all all right with that?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna roll. Now, I showed y'all some ugliness. And reality really hurts. And, in cases like this here, I'm sympathetic, especially when somebody shows you that you've been duped. When, I give an example. I've seen people learn the truth of this Bible and start crying. Tears, face wet and whole 9. Because the moment they realize that they've been lied to all those years, now they have to think about how they've been played. And nobody likes to be played for a fool.
Damn.
That's the reason why she had to apologize to those Edomite kids in there.
Right.
But we said, damn, I went all these preachers and so-called tithes and all this and blah, blah, blah. And this is, and then somebody brings you the truth when you're well in your 70s and all that, and you're like, I wish I would have known this when I was a kid or such and such, and I would have made such better choices. And you get to thinking about stuff like that.
Your whole life, you done sold yourself for naught.
Exactly. And that, again, like I say, I know it's a heavy thing, which is the reason why, I'm going to say this here. The reason why our people are reluctant to hear what we're saying, I'm talking about some of them, is because they know this is the truth and they are not ready to face that reality of knowing that they've been duped.
Especially older people.
Yes. You understand? Leave me alone. I'm comfortable in my ignorance because wake up hurts. Y'all showing me what I should have known a long time ago. Now I have to recognize that all of what I've learned was a lie. And that hurts. And I'm not ready for that reality yet. That's the reluctance. I'm talking about in the Christian church. I'm talking about people that, quote unquote, got the Bible. The Bible, in most cases, they know that they're not reading this. They know that they're not studying it. Understand what I'm saying? Many people in the church use the Bible like it's a painkiller. Meaning, when I say a pain, I'm not talking about the Bible because they ain't reading it. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the church system. Right. Being, quote unquote, religious. It's a way to remove them from the reality. It's a way to stay in a state of ignorance and bliss.
It's that good dope.
It's that good dope, a sedative.
Yeah.
You know, I think I heard Malcolm somewhere along the lines. I think I heard it somewhere.
I believe he did. Huh? I believe he did say that before.
He said that the churches have been more like a sedative or a sleeping pill that keeps the people asleep and docile to the reality of knowing that when they leave the church, they got to go back home to a drunk husband or out of control daughter or wife that's this and that, and there's no remedy. They know that the only relief they get is when they get to jump up and down and shout and such. That is a way of, I guess, cathartically getting that pain out of them, releasing it. You understand? But in reality, they're not getting nothing solved at all. Right. And it's basically a disco from Saturday night to Friday to Sunday morning. It's the same thing. It's just, it was, what did you learn in church? I don't know. It just felt good. Yeah. That kind of thing. That's their reaction. It's the same thing as dope. That's why I say Christianity is dope. It's the same. It's the best dope. You understand? It's basically a tranquilizer that tranquils them from the reality of which they live. Oh, I'm all good in Jesus. I'm married to Jesus. You know damn well you're starving for a brother. Yeah. You know? Right. I'm married to Jesus. No, you ain't. You lusting over every damn thing. Let me get off this. Right. But you understand what I'm saying? But the reality is that their real pain is not being addressed, and they don't want to address it. Don't show me that. I've heard people say this. Yeah. Let me show you that Christ is black. No. That's that black supremacy stuff. But it's in the Bible.
Bishop, that's how it is waking up somebody who sleep. They'll fight you.
Yes.
They'll fight you, Bishop.
Yes.
I'm sleeping too good.
Yes. Right. Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the Bible is the key to that lock on the woman's head on the cover of the book. That's where the chains went in Deuteronomy 28:48. The yoke came off of us. Why did the enemy trust that they could remove it? Because it is now metaphorically on the mind.
Exactly.
And the Lord described it that way. He said, I put them in a deep sleep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So then now we get to the New Testament and it says, awake. Awake to righteousness.
Right. Exactly. It says it twice.
The righteousness part, they don't want to. They understand if I wake up, I have to change.
Right.
So that's leave me alone. Let me. What did it say, Cap?
Right. Leave me alone.
Because again, it's painful.
Right.
It's painful. Nobody likes to remember when they got robbed. That's a trauma.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody that got raped. Or graped, I guess I don't know.
Grapes.
I got to say they got graped. I know they got these, but
you got to relive it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Now you're showing me what happened to me.
Right.
I don't want to see that because I don't want to live.
It's a scar.
It's a scar. And you touch it when you read these scriptures. You touching wounds. So I will say this here to all of us that teach. Please, let's have some compassion on our people. Our people been through some shit. Our people been through some stuff, and every once in a while, I don't know if because I don't know what kind of somebody might say, well, you in a particular spirit today, because I'm really thinking about my people. Right. I'm thinking about the sh that they went through, and I really have to. I want to think compassionately on them. To know that because when I go through these things and these clips and stuff. Do my research, put these things together and all that, these classes and so forth, I think about the damage that happened, and then we don't even know where it came from, but yet we're feeling the effects of it. We feel the victimhood of it, and don't even know the source of our pain. And that's worse than anything. That's like being locked up in a jail and they didn't tell you why.
No closure.
No closure. You thrown in jail and you don't even know why. Well, what did I do? We ain't gonna tell you. We're just gonna lock you up. That's torture.
And every day you know you didn't do anything.
Every day you trying to figure it out and you don't know anything.
And the sad thing is, after a while, you start thinking you belong there.
Exactly.
And you start to blame yourself.
That's the thing. That's what was done to us. Mm-hmm. That's what was done to us.
But Bishop, how you talking about how you got that heart and that kephah people, and that's what separate the men of the Lord from boys. Mm-hmm. Give me Isaiah 61 and verse 1. That's what separates real leadership from everybody else. That's the real McCoy. That's how you know Christ is in the midst. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1.
Come on.
The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me.
Why?
Because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
And that's why Bishop was saying the immutableness is no matter what has been done to us, no matter what Esau got set up, no matter what Trump got planned for us, at the end of the day, Esau's day is going to end. Exactly. And that's just the bottom line. And we will rule this earth in righteousness. Go ahead.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
And that's what Bishop was just bringing out. Bishop think about all the damage that's been done. So he's telling the teachers of the nation to have a heart for your people. Yes. Right. Christ had compassion on the multitude.
Right. So someone had compassion on me.
Right.
Yeah. Someone had compassion on me.
Right. Yeah, likewise, Bishop. Likewise. So
I didn't mean to break that up, but I just got to say that thing.
It's right on time. It's right on time. Read that part again, bro.
To bind up the brokenhearted.
Read.
To proclaim liberty to the captives.
And that's what Bishop is doing with these class. He's proclaiming liberty to the captives. A lot of times, Bishop Yasab is surgical. He makes us relive the trauma that happened to our people. Why? Because we have a collective trauma. That's what you call it, Bishop.
Yes, sir.
We have a collective trauma.
Injury, exactly.
And what? Christ got that collective healing for us, and it starts right here in the scriptures. It starts right here. This is the standard right here. Go ahead.
And the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
You see that thing? That's us who bound. Whether it's in our mind, in this captivity, we bound in many different facets. And the Bible going to heal us. And then Christ going to change our physical condition when it's all said and done.
Exactly. That's why he says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
There's levels to that thing.
Yes, there's levels. A lot of times we read it, but just like you said, there's levels to it. There's levels to it. You don't have to think like a slave no more.
Hey, Bishop, can I get one to back him up?
Come on,
give me Psalms 147. I'm a backup captain, because that's a beautiful psalm that we read, right? Because that's what's going to give us comfort. These scriptures is where that key is going to unlock that big giant padlock that Esau put on your brain and trapped your spirit. But we're gonna break you free. For those that want freedom, we're gonna break you free. Stand by. Read that. Psalms 147.
Chapter 147, verse 1.
Start.
Praise ye the Lord. For it is good to sing praises unto our God.
Come on.
For it is pleasant, and praise is comely.
Read.
The Lord doth build up Jerusalem. He gathereth together the outcasts of Israel.
Because that's what God sent his prophets to do, is to gather those that's been dispersed throughout the earth through slavery. Through slavery. Read.
He healeth the broken in heart.
He did what?
Healeth the broken in heart.
How is he going to heal us? He's going to heal us with these scriptures. Our minds are going to be comforted in the times of distress. This is distress. Where Bishop is going over the collective damage that they've done to our people. You have babies that's being born right now that's being brainwashed as we speak. As we speak. Read on.
And bindeth up their wounds.
And they're what?
Bindeth up their wounds.
So those dispersed, those Isaiah 11 and 11. We're going to those places. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody else has the compassion on their people like we have on our people. Going places where you have to take 2 and 3 planes, and it might take you 2 days to get there. To go and wake up a people that's been put to sleep hundreds of years ago. Hundreds of years ago. Esau says, how did you find these people? Because God sent us to them to wake them up and bring them back to him.
They said, how did you find these people?
How did
we always knew where they were. How did you? In other words, you ain't thinking like a Negro.
Right. How did you find
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Listen to me. I'm going to say this here. A shout out to Bishop Nathaniel, because the Most High got the Spirit on him.
That's right.
I got to say it that way.
That's right.
Because these great efforts that you're talking about, the travel and not being afraid, I'm telling you, there's a video that we did when we was in New York called The Fear of Being Born Again.
I remember that.
Watch that class. Because that demonstrated, because there was a whole collection of classes. There was that one.
Joining Israel,
the educational academic system is an educational Holocaust, academic
Yeah,
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
That one. There was a group like 5 or 6 videos that we were doing back to back. I call it like the get off your ass collection of classes.
Operation Goya.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's what things was moving. I'm telling. That was warp speed. But the point that Bishop was making in that class, he said that most our people will see a land that's separated by water. And our people, with their inferiority thinking, will see the water and then turn back around and say, "Oh, got to go back home."
It's a line in the street.
It's right. That's what like we can't go over there. A man with some sense and confidence would say, "We're going to build a bridge because we need to get over there."
Right.
It has been because at one point we were all pretty much on the same level, if you will. The Israelites, the stereotypical Israelite box. Everybody, was very minute. We were just on the corners, such the stuff which is the Bible, but the Bible, like you were saying, is layers, is levels. Right. Bishop said, "Well, listen, yeah, this is fine, but we got to do more work."
Right.
So when he started traveling and hit warp speed, they said, "What the hell are you doing? You leaving us here? Huh?
Come back.
Oh, you sold out, this and that and the other." But that's the point of being a visionary. Don't think like a Negro. You understand? Think like a God.
Right.
Think like the way the Most High made us. And that's Bishop always been that way. I could talk about that all day long. I know me and Bishop go way back. He's always had that. And I'm not just blowing smoke. I'm telling you what I know. He's always had that, and I'm glad he had that thing.
Bring it out,
because he put that he put that spirit in the rest of us. Some of us that didn't have that, he put that spirit in, and that's the spirit of God. Because I know he'd be, if he's watching, he'd be like, "Y'all, what's up? Bring that to the Most High," because that's exactly where the Lord put that spirit on him.
Right.
The Lord put that spirit on Bishop to infuse that in the rest of us.
And then Bishop, he not selfish though. He put a map out and said we need brothers.
Exactly.
We need to get on this
Exactly.
mission. As many places we haven't been.
Right.
Exactly. So, in other words, we think outside the box.
Right.
Box. And exactly. They ain't talking about it's radical, huh? That's your definition. I said, but we are the people of the Lord.
That's right.
We are the living.
Army.
We are the army of the living God.
That's right.
We ain't to be held down by nothing. The hell is this? Okay. Hey, show my next book. Show that. Again, talking about this trauma. I picked this book up a long time ago. They Stole It, written by this brother, Dr. Richard Williams. That's the name at the bottom. They stole it. Well, I can't zoom in on it because you see they stole it, but you must return it. So you see the top of it, white America, they stole it, but you must return it, black America, black America. So y'all see that, right? That's the name of this book. And it's basically talking, this is a pretty good book. And it basically, like one of the chapters, there's a few chapters in here. As a matter of fact, all the chapters. One of the chapters speaks about, which I should have put it on the screen. It said we should make it our business to not perpetuate the tenets of slavery. So that's one of the chapters. I know I didn't quote it all the way, but it says something like that. We must do our best to not perpetuate the frame, the thinking of slavery. In other words, refuse at all costs to subject ourselves to a slave mind. So that's one of the chapters in here. So, but I wanted to show you something that we've been kind of talking about, the traumas, like what was going on in that classroom. Go to the next slide. This is inside the book. It's chapter 1. Read it, like him. We're going to read the whole page, the first 2 paragraphs. Read that.
Chapter 1. They stole it, but you must return it. They stole it, but you must return it.
It is talking about our minds. I'm going to just go down that. We got to get back. Okay, because we lost it. We lost our heritage. We've lost the soul of ourselves. That's the reason why I say, what is a Negro? That was made here. That damn thing don't exist.
Never existed.
I said the real you haven't come out yet. That's what I want people to understand why I use that term. When I'm dealing with somebody that's talking about that they are, they don't use the word Negro, but our people actually think that they're normal. I say none of us, we don't know what it is like to be who we really are. We've been made into something else. The Tyrone clone thing. Right. We've been made to be something else. The real us have not even surfaced yet. Who we truly are has not even come to. The greatness that's in us has not even been tapped yet. The oil has not been struck. We're just the shell of what used to be or what could be. The brothers and sisters that come in the congregation, I'm like, the real you haven't even come out yet. There's greatness in you that's buried in you. Huh? What? No, there's greatness in you, and you got to get in there and get it out. Realize it. And carry yourselves with some dignity. Read.
They stole it. But
so that's what I mean when it said we got to get that back. We got to get back who we truly are. Come on.
They stole it, but you must return it is an unusual title. They refers to white America, and you refers to black America. Usually the thief must take the responsibility and pay equal value for what he stole. However, with white America, this did not happen. They stole it, but you must return it.
Okay, here's the paragraph that I really wanted. This paragraph right here.
Black America, you are a miracle.
That's right there. Stop right there. All of what, like we just, here's the miracle. You just saw in an experiment of not even 5 minutes, and you saw damage being inflicted to the point where the teacher had to apologize. How many teachers apologized to all the years of schooling that we went? When we went to these deaf camps called education, which is basically like cemetery rows of seats in a graveyard. That's basically what it's like.
That class is classic too.
Yeah.
The education system is an academic holocaust.
That's the name of it. Say it again.
The educational system is an academic holocaust.
Academic holocaust. Listen to academic holocaust. Meaning we learn destruction. Brothers and sisters, look that class up and watch that thing.
Download it.
Download that thing. Because there was a section in there where a young girl wanted to be a librarian. And she was so hurt because she said, how in the world am I? She said, I want to be a librarian. But look at the books that they give us. I'm not going to learn how to, you don't learn how to be a librarian in a little rinky-dink school with few books, such and such. Bishop pointed out, he said, when these white folks go to school, they go to the Library of Congress.
Right.
I mean, they go on all kinds of excursions and learn all kinds of stuff, computers, everything.
Learn abroad.
They go overseas and this and that.
Exchange program.
Right, all that. You understand?
A Montessori setups.
All that. Yes.
Bishop, you remember that one point where Malcolm X, the movie.
Yeah.
And he's in the classroom. Mm-hmm. He says, well, I want to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And the teacher tells him, he's like, well, you should be a carpenter.
Yeah.
Jesus was a carpenter.
Yeah.
Meaning to shoot him down.
Yes. Right. But he realized he left school that day.
That was the last day he was in school.
He said he realized that his mind was being poisoned. He probably didn't recognize it because it was poison all along, but that what the woman said, the teacher said, I'm getting ready to let you know.
You will never.
Right. She brought the reality to him, and he had to wake up.
Right.
That's great.
He had to wake up.
Jesus was a black man, too. And he was a lawyer, a master of the law, and a judge.
Yeah. Right. But you see what they do.
Relegate you.
It goes even with the other book by Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu, the Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys. They do the same thing in there. They see sparks of genius and intelligence coming from our young kids that go inside the school system. And they question. Exactly. They look for just like that woman said, what did she call it? Academic. What was the word that she used?
Holocaust. Academic Holocaust?
No. The white woman. What she was saying. They've been academically trained.
Yeah.
I forget the word. It was in the clip.
Helplessness. Learn helplessness.
No, we understand that. But she said she said I forget the word.
It's a test among academics.
Yeah, yes, something like that.
Yes,
that teaches you helplessness.
Yes.
That's what Jawanza was pointing out. He said the system is fixed to automatically It's already on autopilot that by the time your child gets to the 4th grade, he's not even interested in any kind of scholastic anything. And his dump truck and his football becomes his prized possessions. That's in the book. Yeah. And that's a reality. But when he was in kindergarten and 1st grade, he was motivated. His intellectual exuberance and the whole nine. Zealous, all that. Even had empathy for a fellow classmate. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, but by the time he got to the 4th grade, he had lost all his aspirations and all that. That's set up by design. We had to fight through all of that.
And the prison to school pipeline is based on that.
It's based on that.
And it's heavy because back in the early 18th and 19th century, they would put little cartoons in the newspaper. Mm-hmm. And one cartoon that I seen from back in that time, it had a Edomite, so-called white man, holding a gun, smoking, and there was a little black boy laying face down, dead. Oh, yeah. Wow. And the speech bubble said, I had to kill you now because you was going to grow up to rule over me.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, and that was a cartoon, and it went over everybody's head. Yeah. What the cartoon is actually saying, this is what's done everywhere.
Yeah.
No, it only went over black people's head.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It went over our people's head. Damn. Wow. Read that. Black America.
Black America, you are a miracle.
That's what we got to understand. Because all of the stuff that we went through, God still got his hand on us. That's why I'm reading this. Read it.
You are the product of the greatest survivors on earth.
Nobody else could have endured what we endured. Don't even think about it. That daggone backyard scuffle called the Holocaust with so-called 6 million, that ain't nothing but a damn argument in a damn hallway somewhere.
That was a skirmish.
That was a damn skirmish. That was just some, your mama such and such. That was all that was. That wasn't a damn thing.
That was the dozens.
You hurt my feelings. That's all that was. We went through some real stuff. Come on, read.
For any group to experience the cruelty, brutality, and wickedness that was thrust upon you by white America and survive the experience with any semblance of sanity is a miracle.
Stop. Do you realize, with all that we went through, every last one of us is supposed to be crazy?
Right.
Every last one of us is supposed to be stone cold out our mind, eating our own stuff, bugged out. All of us. The trauma from your grandmothers to your mothers, your sisters, everybody with our perception of our own being is warped. You know what it's like to live in a society that you know is rigged against you, and to feel like there's no way out at all.
There's no hope.
Everywhere you go, the doors are closed, and you just feel trapped. And then they say, "Here's some dope. Here's the Saturday night disco. Here's some condoms. Here's some abortion clinics.
Ease your mind.
To ease your mind. Painkillers. Here's religion. The same damn thing. Church. Same thing.
The same person that rigged the board also gave you the way to escape the reality of the situation.
Right. Damn. But you ain't escaping the it's only
temporarily.
Right. It's psyching you out so that you can endure the trauma, so that you can endure the mistreatment. That's all it is. They ain't trying to make you escape nothing. It's to help you cope with it and adjust to it. Morph to it. Don't go nowhere. We'll help you stay there by giving you dope, but don't leave. That's the reality.
The resilience of us, Bishop.
Yeah.
So I just looked up suicides.
Yeah.
During the Great Depression, and it says that the suicide rate for white men, middle-aged and older white men, was 17% per 100,000 in 1932. So that's just them during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
They're just committing suicide. But everything that we went through, and they jumping out of buildings and
yeah. Hey, that's coming up because this class is getting ready to shift gears in a big way, and I'm going to devote some of that, being that you went there. So I'm going to do that. And the reason why I got to do this is because, again, the evil, like I pointed this out. The evil that was done to us eventually is going to spread to them. Now, what I mean when I say now, don't fall off the horse. Don't fall off the horse. What I'm saying is that the elitists, the 1%, these are the people that cause for the slave ships. I'm talking about the quote unquote, like I said earlier, what they call the masters of mankind. Okay, that's that group. They don't give a damn about their own so-called white folks.
No.
That's the point that I'm bringing. That's what you was brought out. They jumping out of windows over basic nothing. You understand? That's them. And they don't care about their own people either. Damn. And listen, I ain't saying this for people to think that we interested in trying to save them. No. Because the inevitability and the immutability of the Bible, the Most High's plan is going to go down anyway. Right. They're going to be a 2-time loser. That's Esau. The ones that's you got all of these people protesting, mad because their own government is basically urinating on them. But I'm gonna hold off on that. Let's finish this thing here. Then we can move to that. Since you done threw it out there.
My bad.
That's all right. We gotta get it because it's coming up. I'm gonna get it, but it's coming up because here's the reason why I need to make this point in transition as we transition from this to that. Irregardless of what's going on with them, they got to get their judgment because we are the people of the Lord. They are not.
Right.
So, read the rest of this here, Larkin.
But that survival experience has left some long-lasting consequences. Consequences that affect black Americans today.
Read that again, because this is what's going on. So, let me read the whole thing. Let me just read it.
Yes, sir.
And I know you did great, but there's some points that I want to accentuate out of this. We are a miracle, black America. We are a miracle. It says we are the product of the greatest survivors on earth. You know what it's like to be the product of the greatest survivors? Our people was chopped up, mutilated, mated like horses, ripped apart, cut up,
burned alive.
And we came out of that.
The product.
We're the product of that kind of butchery. Then it says, for any group to experience the cruelty, this is in slavery, the brutality and the wickedness that was thrust, we didn't ask for it, that was thrust upon us by white America, and to survive the experience with any semblance of sanity at all. I'm putting that in there. That's why I said we all supposed to be crazy. It's a miracle that we can even look straight.
That's that one shall be stronger than the other, Bishop.
Yeah. The fact that we are still producing, we still got them nervous as hell with that. They are so damn worried about our greatness, even in the damn slop pot. That's how special we are.
Right.
That's how great we are. I tell you, there's no way in the world that we should ever look at ourselves as that we can't achieve. When if we can go through some stuff like this here, and it ain't because it's white man's mercy. Don't think that way for a second. These people can't stand us. It is God's mercies that we are not consumed. That's what the Bible says, Lamentations 3:22. It is of God's mercies that we are not consumed. This ain't got nothing to do. Esau is a damn snake. He doesn't know how to do anything but murder. That's his. He was made to do that. Snake don't have ears. Do they?
Well,
they don't listen.
right.
They don't listen.
Well, there you have it.
You tell a snake, stop biting me. Stop killing me. Stop mistreating me. This snake don't hear that. It's like a deaf adder. They were crooked from the womb, the Bible says. So you can't change that.
You never read that scripture, Bishop, either.
Yeah, I know. I called it. Yeah, let's read. Let's get it on out there.
Psalms chapter 58, verse.
I knew it was something I didn't read. That's what it was. Come on.
4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Verse 3.
Verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
They're natural born killers. That's the scripture there. That's them. The wicked are born natural killers. That's that movie. I ain't talked about that movie in a while. But that's their thing. Natural born killers. They had a problem with that movie when it came out. They said too many people going to figure out what this movie is about. So they banned it in other parts of the world. They played it over here because people over here been dumbed down. They don't know what the hell they're looking at. Y'all know my story, right?
Oh, yeah.
When the movie played in New York, we went to the theater with Jake, with people that wanted to watch the movie. We all come out. And we asking them, hey, what'd you see on the screen? TV mess with your mind. What? Another one said, bad TV. What? Did you see the same movie that we saw?
Was you woke?
Was you woke? You know, it's crazy. Nobody figured out what the movie was. Even the name tells you what the movie was about. Natural born killers. They were born, they were naturally made. That's Esau. He was made to be a murderer. He was a made killer. I mean, the movie had not even innuendos, just straight out telling you.
Yeah.
It's just telling you. Like I told somebody, I said the movie could not have been any clearer to tell you what the movie was about from the beginning, from the first second to the last second.
Right.
The movie was about the white man, woman, and children being the devils that the Bible speaks of. Because they made references to the Bible. They showed the 7 heads and all that. They showed that in the movie. That's what you could have took all of the images out and played for 2.5 hours. The white man is the devil and his children and his women. You just could have showed that in black and white letters for 2.5 hours, and that would have been no clearer than the movie. The movie was that clear. I'm looking, I'm like, God, these people, whoa, they really showing it. And then we just had to ask them when it came up, what did you see? TV mess with your mind. But bad TV. Batman or something. I said, what the hell? What did you see what we saw? Lord have mercy. So they played it over here in this country. But they banned it. I heard they banned it. They banned the movie in some other parts of the world. People over there seem to be more woke than people over here been dumbed down.
What was the name of that? Remember that video you made us watch?
Yeah.
With
Yeah. I should bring that in. That I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can find that one. But.
Hey. Oh man.
Israel, you know what we're talking about?
It's about a rolling Howard Roll. What was it? A rolling band, something like that. That was the name of the. You never seen this,
Nah, I never seen it.
No. We probably got to watch that afterwards.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins. Lord have mercy.
You be knowing some stuff.
I remember that. I couldn't believe it when he played the video. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
But the point of me bringing that out was
we can't even play it.
Yeah,
man.
the same thing that you saying now with that movie, that video. He basically was saying it
was this.
We're liars.
Yes.
You know, we hate the law.
Yeah. That's the video there.
Oh, yeah,
Don't play it, but just show it to them because they can go back and watch. They gonna be bugging out when they watch that damn thing. Don't click it. You know that they was scared as hell, and it came out the same time as Natural Born Killers. That was around the time.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thumbnail.
Damn.
Said, make sure I'm red.
Yes.
Yeah, right. The red man.
Lord have mercy. All right. Take it off the screen. But
Yeah, we gotta watch that later.
Oh man. All right. So it said, but the survival experience has left some long-lasting consequences that affect Black Americans today, and this affect all the tribes because all the tribes went through this. You know, all our people in the islands and all that, they all went through this. Ephraim, Simeon, Gad, all of them, they all went through this kind of trauma. And we all supposed to be crazy. But the Most High got his hand on us. Okay? And look at the last part of it. To create an effective slave system white America focus on destroying the positive self-imagery in blacks. And that's what we was talking about in that classroom. Okay, that's what we were talking about in that classroom. So I know the chapter goes on, but I just wanted to get that in there since we saw it on the screen. So now, you brought up some stuff dealing with Esau. Again, I don't know how to really change this. Let me see. Let me see what I want to do. Let me make this point here before we get into it. Excuse me. I'm going to play clips from a video. I think that was my next thing, right? What was it? What was next? Okay. Oh, nope. That's what I need. Before I go there, we still dealing with our people, so I ain't ready to deal with Esau yet. I want to make this point. Y'all see this thing? This was shout out to Officer Yehoshua in Greenville, South Carolina. He sent me this, and this was bordering off of what I showed in the classroom, and it's basically the same thing. So this is going along with what we just read out of that book of what was it? Richard Williams, We Are a Miracle. Mm-hmm. Those things, right? Mm-hmm. Show that on the screen. This is something that's called imposter syndrome. Come on.
Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon, is a behavioral health experience where individuals doubt their skills, intellect, or accomplishments.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Some of the people, our people that go to, like I said, the kid name was Daryl in that book. Mm-hmm. They stole it, but you must return it. That's the kid that went from, he was in the 98th percentile, the smartest kids, white or quote unquote white or black,
right,
in his grade, in his Head Start and first grade areas. He was in the 98th percentile of the damn country. Like they referred to him in the book as a walking genius. By the time he got to the 4th grade, his aspirations had dimmed. His he gravitated more towards football and those kinds of things because he learned helplessness.
Damn.
He learned so they basically killed his mind. That's what happened with Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. Killed his mind. In the 8th grade, he said, I got to go. I recognize death right here. I'm out. Right. You understand? And that's the reason why people drop out of school. And then they say, oh, we don't like academics. We don't like this. No, that's not it. It's that the food that we're being fed in these schools is not proper, mm-hmm. meaning mentally. And we realize it. And we're not getting anything from it. Mm-hmm. You know? Now read that.
Imposter syndrome, or also known as imposter phenomenon, is a behavioral health experience where individuals doubt their skills, intellect, or accomplishment.
Who does this really happens to? This is our people.
This is our people all day, baby.
This is our people. That's what this is talking about. Go ahead.
It can manifest as constant inner criticism or a panic-like response to stress.
Inner criticism. So you got to pull those words out. We've learned how to doubt our own intellect. Mm. We already negate ourselves. You try to tell a sister that she looks nice, and she says, "No, I don't really look nice." I hear this all the time. Right. You understand? You try to compliment, and I'm not trying to I'm just saying something, you know. But you try to tell people that they got something going on. Oh, you smart, you this, you that, you know, and they're like, no, not really, such and such. You know, I remember Joy the Group, because again, we got so many levels of trauma, and we just go from one platform to another platform. And I remember Joy the Group. Joy the Group, she got married, and she was bringing about a part about 2 women that were talking. Post-traumatic slave. It was a thing. Can y'all find that real quick?
Post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Yeah, it was a clip that she was talking about, and somebody said, "Oh, your son is so great. He's so smart." And she had to, "Oh no, he's always getting into trouble, such and such."
Right.
She had to dumb him down because if he showed any real progress, The so-called white man would say, oh, he'll be a good slave. So the mother had to protect him by saying he's an idiot, he's dumb, he's this. You ain't got to find out. I'm explaining. He's dumb, he's such and such. So we internalize that because we don't want to be put on the spotlight. Right. Mm-hmm. We don't want for the world to see our greatness because we somehow feel like we won't succeed. We feel like we will fail. We don't have any confidence to do anything because we feel like, I just can't make it. Mm. You know? Right. And I tell you, we should never give up. We should never give up. You know? What do you have to lose? Fight through that doubt and push yourself anyway. Push yourself anyway. It's like a person, I use this as an example. You try to tell somebody to learn how to drive. And that's, to some people, that's like terrorism. They are afraid to get behind the wheel. They are afraid to you know, and they will constantly use that as an excuse to never do it. You understand? They'll never do it. And then if somehow they get pushed and actually get it, then they're going to get mad at themselves.
For never doing it.
For never doing it before. Mm. They're like, all these years. Mm-hmm. All these years.
You had the capacity.
You had the capacity, but I allowed doubt to stop me. Mm-hmm. And that can go into so many different areas. That could go into so many other areas. All aspects of your life can be measured just on that alone. Mm. Why I don't do this? Why I don't do that? You know, why, you know, somebody say, I want to go to school. You can hear sometimes they be talking about things and you know that they want to do it. But they won't push themselves to do it. But then they see everybody else doing it. But then if you finally push them and they actually do it, they're going to look back at their own selves and say, why didn't I do this damn thing 15 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And be mad. Yeah. Yeah, it's real.
It's like when you think about like the steps of repentance, mm-hmm. where when you come in, you're thinking about all the things that the club, all of those different things, high holy days, holidays and so
mm-hmm.
forth.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finally really start keeping the commandments,
yeah,
and you finally start keeping a feast day the way they're supposed to be kept, and understanding the joy of keeping the Sabbath and,
mm-hmm.
and what comes behind it, not just coming in, looking at the class and then leaving, but really seeing the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're like, damn. Yeah. Why didn't? Damn, it took me a long time to get around to doing
right,
this.
Right. And then you ask yourself, well, what stopped me? You got to ask yourself. And then you get mad. That's why I say people get mad when they really realize, why did I entertain this doubt? That's what we're looking at here. Put that back up there again. A behavioral health experience where individuals doubt their skills. You could tell them how smart they are there, and they would tell you, you're not seeing what you really, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to tell them that they got this and they got that, and they're telling you, no, you don't see that.
You got the wrong guy.
You got the wrong person.
You got the wrong guy.
And they tell themselves,
right,
well, I'm being humble. That's not what it is.
No,
it's something worse than that.
Exactly.
It's imposter syndrome.
Exactly.
You think that you're not supposed to be great, so that when they tell you that you are,
right,
and they actually mean it,
I'm glad you said
you don't internalize it.
I'm glad you said that, because they'll attribute this sick behavior as humble.
Right.
I'm glad you said that. That one would have slid past me today, but I would have caught it probably later. But I'm glad you said it. See, you got them glasses on again.
Yeah.
I know that's what it is. Them glasses, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't leave home without them.
My glasses ain't got that power like yours do, but I'm all right now.
I don't know about that.
Yes, sir. But you pointed it out perfectly. They will attribute this sick behavior, because that's what it is, and say, I'm being humble. That is a painkiller to keep you from feeling what you need to feel by having this self-doubt. Right. You know that's not how you're supposed to think. But you would cover it up like an alcoholic, covering up your sorrows, Covering up the reality. Give me that dope. Give me that, because you're trying to cover, instead of facing it, you cover it up with I'm being humble. Right. I'm glad you said that. That's right on point.
Bishop, these are all coping mechanisms.
Exactly.
Everything that we do.
But at the same time, you know you're unhappy.
Right.
That's the reality of it. You'll say I'm being humble, but you yourself don't even believe that. Right. Then you see the next one get a car, you see the next one do this, or you see the next one graduate, or you see them doing it,
which reinforces that negative feeling you already have on the inside.
Exactly, just like the classroom.
Right.
I must be stupid. I must be just like we saw the guy say his confidence was shot.
Right. I was confused.
I was confused.
Felt shattered. Yeah.
Exactly. It only compounds. This is some real stuff. This is some real stuff.
And Bishop,
yeah,
it was heavily imposed on us on them plantations with that Willie Lynch program. It was heavily imposed, and and now it's on steroids.
Yes,
the media reinforces it, the music reinforces it, the job market, the economy, everything that Esau has set up. The churches reinforce it. All those things. Give me Job 33 real quick.
Right.
There's only one way that we can make our people whole. And it's through the scriptures. Right. Read that. Job 22 and 23.
Job chapter 22, verse 23.
Watch this. Read that.
If thou return to the Almighty.
You see, it said, if you do what?
Return to the Almighty.
And that's what our people got to do. Because we trying to wake them up out of sleep. They want to fight us with the medicine. It says, but if they actually return, go ahead.
Thou shalt be built up.
Then we can start to repair our people. Then we can start to build up our people. But they gotta take the medicine. Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacle.
So that thing, become a complete man, become a complete woman, and then grow into the fullness and the measure of the stature of Christ. But they got to take the medicine, though.
You got to be ready for the medicine. Bishop, if I could, just one real quick. Proverbs 29 and 18, because this is the perfect lineup for what Cap just said. Because what they've done to us is they've beat the hope out of us.
Damn.
Yeah.
They literally beat the hope out of us in slavery. And now we perpetuate it. We are the best keepers of non-hope that there is. No other nation is hopeless like we are, like we're hopeless. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Where there's no vision, the people perish.
Because that's what they do. They kill our leaders to make sure that there's no vision to pull you out of that hopelessness. So you're in an abyss, a black hole of hopelessness, void of all hope is what our people are. That's why when you get the scriptures and you get that cold glass of water, that refreshing, that's what saves you.
Yeah,
that's what wakes people up.
Exactly. It breaks you. It breaks that spell. And man, when that spell is broken,
you say, what happened?
You don't want to go back to that thing.
What happened? Right. Finish reading that.
But he that keepeth the law, happy is he.
That's what satisfies us. When we hear that and it resonates in your spirit, like, damn, all this time, I'm not a nigga.
Right. And like Bishop said, he was like, you don't want to go back. Yeah. That's why we be so tumultuous with our family. We start burning bridges,
right? Yeah.
And then we look back later on like I went about the wrong way, right? But we so much in the frenzy because we don't want to go back to sleep again.
Bridges, towns. I've set an ocean on fire.
We walk with the gasoline.
I can't go back to anybody in my family,
right?
Because it's so zealous for going forward, that you can't go backwards. And you burn all the hope out of the people behind you,
right?
Because they don't know how to get to where you are,
right?
Because you've cut them off.
If I may, when we look at trauma, and many might not know, but working in physical therapy and stuff like that, the worst part about getting healed is knowing that there's pain that goes in that process. If we can get Jeremiah 15 and 18, and as we start, like when you first learn the scriptures and you start to understand, it's sweet, I'm an Israelite, but then the bitter part is that okay, there's something that's required.
I got to change,
right?
But as Bishop is saying, now you have to go through the deep recesses of all the trauma. That stuff has to come out in order for those changes to be made. Read this.
Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 18. Why is my pain perpetual?
It says, why is my pain continuously coming on? Why is it perpetual? Read on.
And my wound incurable.
And it seems like I can't heal. It seems like it won't. It's like when you get a little bit better and then you aggravate an injury again.
Right.
Go ahead.
Which refuseth to be healed.
Come on.
Wilt thou be altogether unto me as a liar?
So we're bringing the same book that they keep hearing about, the Bible. But they say, I'm listening to Christianity, but I'm not being healed by that. So now you're trying to lie to me too? Go ahead.
And as waters that fail?
But the Bible, it's failed me before. I've been listening to my pastor. Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, if thou return.
It goes back to what Captain Yediah said. If you repent, but the repentance, there's pain that's going to be in that process. That trauma, we're gonna have to face that trauma.
Right.
So you don't want to be like a dog returning back to his own vomit.
Right.
Just right quick. Daniel 7:25. You ain't got to get it. I'm going to read it and give it back to Bishop. But he says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High. That's what's been happening to us when you say in slavery, through everything that we've gone through. He has spoken great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. We've been constantly wore out. Don't see no way out. But then, and I read in Revelation 18:4 said, and I heard another voice from heaven. Because you see, he exalted himself above the heavens, being God. But now I'm hearing another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins. So there's a way out of this thing. Right. Now we're hearing that voice, and we're trying to share that voice with others by preaching this gospel. That's right. Okay? That's all I got.
Right. Let's finish reading this here. Because I want to read. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to make the point because Officer Yehoshua, again, shout out to him, he wrote something. He wrote a note to this when he sent it to me, and I want to read what he said. Okay? Come on, bring it out.
Imposter syndrome, also known as imposter phenomenon, is a behavioral health experience where individuals doubt their skills, intellect, or accomplishments.
We doubt our intellect and we doubt our accomplishments. This is learned helplessness. That's what it is. And we've been treated in a society where we're made to think that we're not adequate. That's the reason why we try to alter our anatomy. You know, we get the blonde hair. We do things because we're not quite. Like I said, these little things run deep. Read on. It says it can manifest.
It can manifest as constant inner criticism.
You always doubting. You always, I do a lot of this. I'm always checking. I'm always, because these things run deep. These things run deep. I'm always checking and checking and checking because it's a part of this here. I'm just being honest. We all got these kinds of things in us. But these are things, like you said, repentance is gradual. These things that happen to us, we got to get past those things there. Go ahead.
It can manifest as constant inner criticism or a panic-like response to stress.
Or a panic-like response to stress. Read on.
People with imposter syndrome may feel like frauds or failures when they can't answer a question.
That's how we feel. Go ahead.
They may also experience anxiety, depression, and a fear of being exposed as a fraud.
That's how the majority of our people, damn near all of us.
That's real, yeah.
Yeah. And we ain't did nothing. We're the greatest people ever, but we carry this daggone thing with us. And here's you were gonna say something?
Oh, just something for the bottom. That bottom part about being exposed as a fraud, even though you might not be one, some of that is a root or a branch from the vacant esteem that we received, like you've brought out so many times.
I'll give you a perfect example. We clearly, I'm going out on a limb and saying this here. As much as we strive to be great, to be the beacons of righteousness to our people that are around us. Now help me out if I go off. Just make sure I don't. As we try to instill greatness in our people, the worst thing that can happen is for someone to do something kind of mediocre where we all feel like somebody messed it up for all of us.
The ministry be blamed.
Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what Venus and Serena's father was telling them in that movie.
Right.
He said, you are not you, and I wish you could just be you, but you represent all of us. And I hate that it has to be that way.
Right.
But you're so great that you must.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And it's heavy because when
that was heavy. He coming in on fire today.
I told you, man. He told me, he said, I'm coming. It's all crazy.
That's my man right there.
Yes, sir.
But it's heavy because that only applies to us. You see, because when an Asian person does something great, the whole nation collectively shares in that success.
Right.
And they're all esteemed together.
Right.
When a black person does something good, the nation does not benefit. The nation is not esteemed. That person is esteemed. That person is exalted.
Right.
On the contrary, when we do something evil, when we do something negative, the whole nation is painted with that broad
just one
stroke.
person does it.
Yes.
Broad stroke.
Wow. And I just want to say this too, Bishop.
Yeah.
And it's heavy because when you're dealing with our people individually, right? A Edomite so-called white man could do something racist and nasty as hell. They say he's racist.
Right.
They own people do something. They say I hate niggas.
Right.
All of us.
Jeffrey
showing
Dahmer.
you the inward trauma that we have and the inward hatred. One man do something. I don't mess with black men. I hate niggas. White person do something. That woman is racist.
Right.
She singular.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Singular.
Right. There was, see that last, like it says, they may also experience an anxiety. That's the fear of the unknown. Anxiety, like, I don't know how, please don't mess up because you're going to make us all look bad kind of thing. You understand? And going back to the point about what you talked about with that, it's collective on our side, but on their side it's singular.
Right.
Here you had Jeffrey Dahmer eating people.
Right.
But yet, black women were still going out to date them. Let that have been a black man doing it. Well, we ain't supposed to be dealing with them anyway. But you dig my point, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Everywhere that we would go, because one brother did something,
You're all cannibals.
We're all cannibals or something like that. You understand? That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
But that's the deal. That's the deal. Let me just read this here real quick. Hope I can see it. Officer Yehoshua, he sent this to me. He said, I thought this was interesting. He was making response to the video that we showed earlier. Imposter syndrome. When we have been conditioned, and we doubt our abilities and achievements. That's how we do. The achievements we do actually accomplish, we automatically chalk it up as either luck or chance, not the natural ability that we actually have. So we cheat ourselves out of our greatness and just say, "Oh, no, that's not really true. That's not really about us.
That was a fluke.
That was a fluke." That's what So he makes the point further when we show the next slide. Show the next slide. He makes the further point of saying, he said, "Look at how nervous the man in the picture is for receiving an award he earned rightfully." He said, "That's us."
Wow.
So as you see the illustration there. It shows him receiving an award that he actually deserves.
Wow.
Somebody's crediting you and saying you're worthy of this, and you feel like, no, I don't really deserve this. That's that inferiority complex, and that's that imposter syndrome. It's not the real you. That's
so the dopamine that he was supposed to get naturally from what he accomplished.
Yes, sir.
That it subsided.
Yes.
And now he has to get it someplace else.
He got a stress hormone.
Yep.
He has the look of a person who's caught red-handed.
Yeah, exactly.
When he's supposed to be applauded.
Right, exactly. Esau's supposed to feel like this here for stealing every damn thing and murdering and killing and all that. And he's walking around like a damn statesman talking about I'm supposed to be honored and be on your dollar bills and so forth.
The imposter syndrome would be the $5 Indian.
Yes.
Right. Would be the example of the $5 Indian. But they don't feel that way. They're on reservations absorbing all the resources, and they'll tell a real Native American, hey, you're not really American. You're not American enough.
With a straight face.
With a straight face.
And a clear throat.
How much time I got left? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm still on page 1.
No.
Bishop, you got a
I'm
syllabus.
dead serious. I'm on
Bishop got a
page
syllabus.
one.
That's a curriculum.
I expect nothing less.
I got nine pages here,
Bishop,
and I'm on page one.
That's a whole course.
This is a semester. This is a semester of information.
Midterms.
All praise to the Most High. I'm trying to think about how I want to go about this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through this, but I'm going to end it with one of these scriptures, with two of these scriptures, to make sure that we don't fall off the horse in terms of what we, like I said, what we might see on the program tonight, and we don't get distorted in where our mind should be.
Yes, sir.
But I made the point, like I said earlier, that the Lord is shutting this system down. Okay? Like I talked, although we've caught the brunt of all, this whole program has been about the evil that has happened to us and how we had to force ourselves to survive, to even keep our eye open. Not both eyes, just one eye. You understand? And to find a way to walk when we didn't even have legs, basically, you know. So we really went through some stuff. But what I want to point out is that when you got this evil man that's running things, his greed is gone beyond us. His greed goes against everything, including his own. You was making a point that in 1929, that's when the Depression went, the Great Depression, they were jumping out of windows. That's white folks robbing white folks.
Yeah.
Okay? There's things that these people do that affect their own. But the bad thing, not in our sense, but the bad thing on their, or I guess I should say the irony, is that although they are victims of their own evil, they all going to suffer the same fate because they are not the people of the Most High. Right. And they have to pay for the evil that they've done collectively.
With a broad stroke.
The Most High punishes nations. So don't feel sorry for their government turning on them. They all over crying on TV talking about Trump did this and protests and all that. No, that's all a part of their judgment. So I don't want you black folks to get mixed up in this thing.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. Y'all all right? I just want to say that. Now, with that being said, I can move to the segment. I'm going to go through this here. How much time I got? I got like 30 minutes, right? Yeah, about 20 minutes. I'm going to get through this. I want to play these parts. I want to make this point about when I said about about these people that robbed the globe, including their own, okay? And again, we at the bottom, but they can't even take half of what we went through. And they jumping out of windows and going crazy and this and that and the other. So I'm just making those points, all right? Like I pointed out in this book, can we show the book real quick? Let me see it on the screen. Yes, show that real quick. This is this guy named Noam Chomsky, and he writes this book called Requiem for the American Dream. Okay, the 10 principles of concentration of wealth power. All right, and this is what's known as global robbery. So I'm just talking about that. Okay, now I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna show you some clips. In this book, they refer to these elite people as the masters of mankind. Their greed has extended beyond just us. It's becoming more prevalent for these illuminated ones, the 1%ers, to dumb down its own so-called citizens, because they've dumbed down their own people. Their own people don't even know what's going on in this society. You understand me? They don't understand that Trump ain't running. You understand what I'm saying? Here you go. I give an example. Esau talking about some make America great again, and talking about some get rid of DEI and all of that, right? Most of their ass is working in the factories too. So when they start cutting off all of that, Esau gonna be in the damn streets, catching hell. Right. You understand? 2-time losers, not even realizing that this system don't give a damn about their asses either. Right. But again, I don't give a damn about them because they didn't give a damn about us either. That's right.
Say don't confuse the fact.
Don't confuse what I'm saying. I'm just bringing these parts out.
Bring it out, Bishop. Make
Okay,
it
so that's what I just wanted to make sure that people could understand why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I'm bringing it right back to us before I close out. All right? So like I said, they're looking to dumb down their own citizens to bring them also into the cloak of passivity, or being passive. All right? Now, hit the button. This is out of the book. Actually, they got a film on this, but what's in the film is actually in the book.
Directly.
Literally. Yes. Go ahead. This is known as don't stop it. This is basically known as
an enormous concentrated.
Stop. This is known as the backlash against people trying to organize. I'm talking about white folks and everybody, because they're trying to organize against a political system that they feel is running away. They're losing their government, so they're trying to gain some kind of identity to try to say, listen, the government's supposed to be about the people. I'm showing you that Satan is over this whole dang thing, but the Most High is getting ready to shut it all down for the benefit of saving the Israelites. Okay, I know I just took a turn, but y'all going to be all right in a few minutes. Back it up again. Let's get these words. Just bear with me, brothers and sisters. Don't worry. I got you. Come on. So in order to take back, pause it. In order to take back the freedoms of the people, I talked about draconian laws, because during the 60s, a lot of people were organizing against the quote-unquote establishment. And they needed to find ways to kind of take those rights back. And that's where draconian comes in at. They start making up stuff. Okay, so now I got to change how people think. Again, so like basically what I'm saying, the same thing that they've done to us, because a greedy person, what did it say about Esau and his nature? Especially these elitists, they can't stop stealing. Right. When they finish robbing us, they're going to end up start robbing their own people. Right. And they can't survive. Right. They can't survive like we survive. Right. So they're really going to be going crazy on each other. That's the point that I'm bringing up. Yes, that's what I'm bringing up. And think the Most High is in control of all of that, because at the end of the day, they all going into captivity. Right. So I just want y'all to understand why I'm saying these things. All right, back it up, play it again.
There has been an enormous, concentrated, coordinated business offensive beginning in the 70s to try to beat back the egalitarian efforts that went right through the Nixon years. You see it in many respects. I mean, over on the right, you see it in things like the famous Powell Memorandum.
Watch this.
Sent to the Chamber of Commerce, the major business lobby, by later Supreme Court Justice Powell, warning them that business is losing control over the society. And something has to be done to counter these forces. Of course, he puts it in terms of defense, defending ourselves against outside power. But if you look at it, it's a call for business to use its control over resources to carry out a major offensive to beat back this democratizing wave.
Pause it. I want to say something so people can really understand what I'm talking about. Because once I say this here, you're going to understand what I mean when I say the so-called masters of mankind don't give a damn about their own either. Enron was the greatest example. The Enron scandal. Esau robbed the hell out of Esau. People had hundreds of thousands of dollars saved up for their retirement and basically robbed them of all that. One dude had something like millions of dollars. I forget the amount. When by the time it was over with the robbery, the woman couldn't even buy a damn used car for $1,300. Took all their savings and basically cashed them out. There was another guy that was a lineman and all that. If anybody has any idea or don't have any idea what I'm talking about, go find the documentary called Enron, The Smartest Guys in the Room. That shows you robbery on how these people really get down. Ken Lay, Jeff Skilling, all them dudes. Okay, so I'll just leave it there. All right. So those are the business elites that don't give a damn about that whole MAGA thing. These daggone so-called white people running around here talking about something, make America great again. These people don't even care about their ass. But again, the Most High getting ready to put them all into captivity for your benefit, black man, black woman, Hispanic man, Hispanic woman. You're the one that got the chance of salvation. They don't. They've lived it up off of our expense. So now that the decadence, that's the word I'm getting to. Now that the decadence is settling in on them, let God do his ubiquitous work on their behind. Let that thing happen, that intransigent judgment, that immutable policy and prophecy. Let it roll. Let them feel that thing because you felt it, I felt it. All of the traumas that we went through, where's our justice at? Let the Most High do his work on them. I'm just illustrating these things to you to let you know that we're in the end times. Okay? Y'all all right? I hope y'all all right.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. Hit the button. So they call for businesses to unite because in other words, people are becoming too independent, free thinkers, so we need to find a way to shape them and put them back into passivity. That's what they're saying. Come on.
Over on the liberal side, there's something exactly similar.
Send me the next clip. So you basically, okay, let me show this. Was that the next clip? Nope, y'all missed it. Not that. I ain't ready for that yet. There was another part. Yeah, that might be it. Yes.
The first major report of the Trilateral Commission is concerned with this.
They're concerned. Hold it. Let me bridge it up for you. Y'all got the right video. They're concerned that the people are organizing. They had labor unions, people protesting on college campuses. That's what they're talking about. They said the people are breaking away from our control. We want to do things in the world, and we don't need them messing up. That's why I said that's the reason why these elite groups, they work through presidents, because people know the president, but they don't know the people behind the curtains.
Right.
That's my point, okay? So the crisis for democracy, the crisis of democracy, they're saying this is a problem. People free thinking, Trilateral Commission behind this. Hit the button.
It's called the crisis of democracy.
Let's watch this.
Trilateral Commission is liberal internationalists. Their flavor is indicated by the fact that they pretty much staffed the Carter administration.
Y'all hear that? They staffed the Carter administration. So you got people, you got Brown, you got Vance. Go ahead, play on. Hold it. Walter Mondale. Negroes wanted him to win. That's the same guy that ran for president against Reagan. Okay? You see Andrew Young, black man. Go ahead.
Blumenthal.
Hold it. Yeah, that's right.
Blumenthal. That name is around the area too.
Yeah, come on. Pay attention to this. Back it up just a little bit. I want y'all to hear these parts here. They said the decline in governmental authority. Basically, we're losing control over the population. We need to get people's minds back into being our slaves, our subjects. That's what they're talking about. Okay? Go ahead.
Also appalled by the democratizing tendencies of the 60s and thought we have to react to it. They were concerned that there was an excess of democracy developing. Previously passive and obedient parts of the population, what are sometimes called the special interest, that were beginning to organize and try to enter the political arena. And they said that imposes too much pressure on the state. It can't deal with all these pressures. So therefore they have to return to passivity and become depoliticized. They were particularly concerned with what was happening to young people. The young people are getting too free and independent.
None of us will begin any violence, just as any violence it will be because of the police.
The way they put it, there's a failure on the part of the schools, the universities, and churches, the institutions responsible for the indoctrination of the young. Their phrase, not mine.
Did y'all hear that?
Oh, yeah.
What did y'all hear?
The institutions responsible for the indoctrination of the young.
Yes. They said there's a failure because these people are breaking free.
Mm-hmm.
That Edomite with the microphone, I can't remember what his name was, but he was doing some stuff
Yes,
back then.
yes. I forget his name, too. But go ahead. There's more.
But and Bishop, this
stop.
This ties back to what you were saying earlier about we be in the 98th percentile.
Yeah,
that's what you was bringing out.
Yeah,
and then by the 4th grade, we like, I just want to play football. I just want to sit in the back of the classroom. I want to walk the halls.
Be a clown.
Exactly.
Or be a class clown.
Yeah. Okay. Because greed grows. You understand? You've enslaved us, but now it continues. They got to get everybody.
Yeah.
Because they got their own rule. But again, none of them are going to be saved. They're all going to catch it. Okay? It's hard to follow. I see you. You're just trying to catch it. We're going to fix you up. We're going to fix you up. Play on.
Not mine.
This particular scene that you're looking at here, particularly, that film footage that you're looking at right there on the screen was at Kent, Ohio, where the National Guard went and shot 4 white persons that was protested against the Vietnam War. And Dick Gregory went there the year after that to speak on that campus in 1971. Okay, that's what's happening there. Go ahead, play on.
If you look at their study, there's one interest they never mention, private business. And that makes sense. They're not special interests. They're the national interest, kind of by definition. So they're okay. They're allowed to, have lobbyists buy campaigns, staff the executive, make decisions. That's fine. But it's the rest, the special interests, the general population, who have to be subdued.
So that was about subduing us in the streets.
Well, that's the spectrum. It's the kind of ideological level of the backlash. But the major backlash, which was in parallel to this, was just redesigning the economy.
Okay. So that was it on that, right? Yeah. Let's take that off. Now, show that. Here we go. Watch this. Read that, Lakia.
Beyond Freedom and Dignity by B.F. Skinner.
What's the top of that? Well, we'll need that. Go to the next clip. Read the back. Zoom in so you can read that.
We can no longer afford freedom, says B.F. Skinner, the most influential and controversial psychologist of our time. We must design our culture to shape the behavior needed for survival. Here is Skinner's master work, a brilliant analysis of today's most pressing problems and a stunning, detailed plan for change that challenges many of Western man's most sacred ideals and personal freedoms. Considered one of the most important happenings in the 20th century psychology. This book has already stirred nationwide debate through the force and shock of its ideas.
So what's the point? Okay, the main part was in the top line. What did you get out of that top line there?
Psychologists use psychology to
the highlighted stuff, that first line.
Oh.
We can no longer
afford freedom.
What does that mean to you?
I would first deal with it from an Edomite standpoint, because they're dealing with their own.
Yes.
So initially you would want to.
I'm showing you how the decadence is coming full circle.
Yeah,
right. That's the only reason why. Do y'all follow me?
Oh yes, sir. Oh,
it's going to full circle all the way to the point where the NATO going to fire their weapons on their own. All that's tied up in this.
Mm-hmm. That the end of thy the end of thy time shall come through
them. That's in my scripture. It's going to come through them against each other. Because this coming all the way down, and all of this is for the purpose of delivering the Israelites.
Right.
That's the point that I'm bringing out.
That's
you with
heavy
me now?
stuff,
I'm with you.
That's what's happening. That's what I'm showing you.
Some heavy stuff,
he's causing the decadence to affect them to the point where they're going to destroy themselves. To save us.
Hey, Bishop, and it shows that, like, how we talking about out there in that university, and then he showed you another glimpse on January 6th. And he shows you little glimpses of it.
Right.
Because when it comes full circle, you'll be fully acclimated to how it's going to happen.
Right. You think about the moves that's actually happening now. They're literally quote unquote destroying government.
Right. Piece by piece.
Piece by piece. And these Edomites are going to feel it.
Right.
Is that when Dick Gregory said they need some new Negroes?
Yes.
So take our own people and throw them in.
There you go.
That
was the point. That's exactly right. He said, you white kids became the new niggas that day.
Damn.
Wow.
That's what he was saying.
The same way Great Britain was doing.
Because they always need niggas. That's the point. This wicked ass system always need niggas.
Somebody got to be the fuel.
Somebody got to be the fuel.
It's fuel.
And once you destroyed us, then they're gonna turn on their own.
Some heavy stuff, Bishop.
Yeah. Go ahead. That's how wicked they are.
You were saying something to like him.
That was it.
All right. Where we at?
I gave you glasses a chance, bro.
I'm sorry.
You got to push them up, bro.
Show me the next. It's a link. Go right to it. Nope, not that. That's coming. That's the killer. I'm just saving that one. It's a link. Did I send it to you? It's right after the book. Right. Yeah, just saw it. I just saw it. See if you can play that trailer. Oh,
I remember this, Bishop.
Okay. We get ready to get it in now. A little bit. Just hang on, brothers. It's not loading. Okay. Well, show what it is. Just show the thing. You ain't got to play the link. That's all right. Just show what I just saw. The little opening of Google, whatever. That thing there. What I just saw.
Go back.
It won't stay up. It won't stay up.
Go back to the search. Go back to the search. And fix the search. Type it in the search. There you go, right there.
Mm-hmm.
You had it. There you go. I got you.
Show that. Will it play? Well, that's the whole thing. I don't want that. Just let them see that. Just let them see that. This film came out. It's Esau that did the film, Fahrenheit 9/11, and he makes some points in this film that's very, very interesting. Okay. So I just want y'all to see that. Now I'm going to show you some clips in the film, and you just watch how wicked these people are.
They banned him too.
Who?
Yeah, Michael Moore.
Say that again?
They banned him too, Bishop.
Oh, they made a public spectacle out of him.
They got him?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So what do you mean they banned him?
So that film was not meant to be aired in the U.S., and then they wanted him out the country. They were marginalize him and blackball him.
So he's a terrorist then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
He did something that's forbidden for white folks. He told the truth.
Right.
Damn.
What's the other white boy that they got?
Snowden.
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 So they put him on that list?
He is the list, Bishop.
Damn. See, again, this is just it. This is Enron 2.0.
Right.
Hit the button. Make sure you get it all. Listen.
Trent Lott said the day the bill was introduced, maybe now
meaning the Patriot. Hold it. Meaning the Patriot Act. Again, when I talked about draconian laws, this was an example. Draconian means to take back the rights of the people. I'm showing you that what we were looking at earlier when they said this. We're looking at it as a failure of the institutions to shape people's minds to accept passivity rather than standing up and organizing and all that kind of stuff. He said we can't have that.
Right.
We need them to be docile. We need to dumb them down so they don't know what the hell's going on, foreign policy, all that. You're not supposed to know any of that at all. So when people get out, when people go too far, they said we got to come up with something to put the people back to sleep, and then they come up with what we understand as false flag operations and stuff, because they need to get people back in subjection.
Into that fear of depending on the government.
Right. That's what he's getting ready to talk about. This is a psychologist, so back it up from the beginning and let it play.
Bishop,
Trent Lott
stop.
Bishop, they can't have the children moving like the founding fathers.
No.
They can't have that.
No. Back it up. Let's get it.
Trent Lott said the day the bill was introduced, maybe now we can do things we've wanted to do for the last 10 years.
No, I've always, a dictatorship would be a heck of a lot easier. There's no question about it.
I mean, they had all this on the shelf somewhere.
Bishop.
Stop.
Bishop.
Come on now.
Esau feels a way about George Bush.
Wow.
Because he was too stupid to follow the script.
Yeah.
He said stuff all the time.
Yeah. He's like Trump.
They told him, you can't run for re-election.
Yeah. Damn. Wow.
You too stupid to run for re-election. Every chance he got, he opened his mouth and shit fell out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Back it up. I want y'all to listen to what this dude said. Back it up again. Because this is about white folks being angry with white folks. The decadence is coming full circle. That's my point. Hit it again.
Trent Lott said the day the bill was introduced, maybe now we can do things we've wanted to do for the last 10 years.
No, I've always, you know, a dictatorship would be a heck of a lot easier. There's no question about it.
I mean, they had all this on the shelf somewhere, ideas of things they would like to do. And they got 9/11 and they said, it's our chance. Go for it.
There was an immediate assumption on the part of the administration that there had to be a surrender of certain of our rights.
There's several definitions in the bill that are quite troubling. First of all, the definition of terrorist, and it's so expansive that it could include people who...
Like me. No one read it.
Hold it. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that part there? You with me, like him?
Yes, sir.
Did I lose you?
No, sir.
He said that within the bill, the Patriot Bill, they were dealing with things with terms like terrorism, because nobody really could define it. You had people that live. I'm gonna tell you how crazy things have gotten. You got people that been living beside each other for 30, 40 years.
Right.
Now all of a sudden they looking at him like he's a damn terrorist. This dude been your damn neighbor for 30 years.
Right.
Now all of a sudden you looking out the window like, what is he doing?
Y'all went to school together.
Y'all went to school together.
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, stuff like that. You understand? I'm just showing you the paranoia. Like I give you a great example. This whole thing has been an experiment on people's brains. I'm telling you. When COVID came out, I played the COVID thing last week with the brother. They tried the black woman told me something. Well, I took it. He knew you damn sellout. You just trying to get me to get the damn jab. You ain't take a damn thing. But they just hired your wicked ass to come up here to try to make me take that damn thing. That was crazy. The black woman.
Like Tuskegee all over again.
Tuskegee all over again. They had her up there talking about telling the brother to take the damn thing. But the point is that I'm bringing out was that when this thing came out, they had people, the 6 feet apart and all that. I ain't going to talk too much about that. But they had people so afraid of each other. To the point, like I said, it's a damn experiment, a conditioning experiment. You go and buy the mask to put on.
Right.
There's something that you got the N95 respirator mask. That's the one that's supposed to filter out the COVID, blah, blah, blah. You got people buying the regular spit mask, which ain't got a damn thing to do with filtration. They got it around their damn mouth, all in the damn street and everywhere else.
Breathing in carbon dioxide.
Exactly. In the car. Now, that's what I'm getting to. When I seen it, I used to point this out. I tell my wife and all that. I said, look at this experiment gone mad. That's the dumbing down that I'm talking about. Here you got a woman and a man driving in their own car with a filtration system in the damn car,
Bishop,
by themselves with a damn mask on that's not even a 95 respirator, and they by themselves.
Bishop Davis and Mickey D's cutting a slit into the mask, eating their chicken nuggets.
That's true. I guarantee you ain't. That's the docility that they have been bringing on the people again, and that's white folks that they're doing this to.
What Bishop's saying is so heavy. He's saying they slept in the bed together.
Right.
Yes.
They ate breakfast together.
Yes.
But they chose to put on a mask to ride in the car together.
No, not together. I've seen people ride by themselves.
Bishop.
The woman by her damn self driving, looking like Gumby. Driving a damn car by herself with a damn mask on.
Mask on.
I couldn't believe it.
And rubber gloves.
I said, this is what rubber. I'm saying, what? Who in the hell could? And that ain't even no mask for no filtration. That is to keep you from coughing on somebody else. That's got nothing to do with what's going in you. You're inside a car by yourself with a filter in the damn car, and you got a damn mask on.
A beard
so they're
neck.
just showing you how bad, how they mess with people's mind. That's my point. And they got that's what this whole thing was about. That's what he's speaking to.
Right. Hey, Bishop, can I bring something out?
Yeah.
Hey, one of the officers in Columbus, he brought this out last week, Officer Ezekiel. It's called the Hegelian effect.
Yeah.
The Hegelian effect, I'm going to read it real quick. The Hegelian effect, when used sinisterly, involves orchestrating crisis to manipulate public perception, creating a problem that elicits fear and outrage, to justify a pre-planned solution.
That's exactly what I'm about to show you.
That's it. That advances hidden agendas.
That's exactly. He said they waited. They said they've been waiting for their chance.
10 years they've been
and they
waiting.
got it. That's what this man is getting ready to tell you. Played it. Now, we got to play because I see time is running out.
Oh, man.
We got to get these pieces in there. So get what he said, because he said, get that woman. That woman said something that's listen to me, that's very important, because what came out of this, that's when they started labeling people like us as terrorists. They started labeling us as a hate group. We did nothing to no damn body. But they were able to get away from that and get people to buy into it. And I've been your damn neighbor for 20 damn years. What kind of hate group are you talking about? But that's what they did to the people's minds. So play it.
Of our rights.
There's several definitions in the bill.
So, that was Conyers. That was a congressman. Get him. Back it up. That was the plan. So all this was important. I got to let all this play. Hit it. Just listen.
There was an immediate assumption on the part of the administration that there had to be a surrender of certain of our rights.
Stop. That's draconian. In order for that to pass, you have to lose some of the rights that you had gained over the time. They did that to everybody. That's my point. What you got? Your glasses.
There's a book.
His glasses is tingling.
There was a book, wasn't it? It said that they will willingly give the freedoms to us if. Where was?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find us.
Yeah, you find. You bring it in next week.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Get her statement. Get her statement. I want y'all to hear these pieces. I've been waiting to get to these parts here. Come on.
Of our rights.
There's several definitions in the bill that are quite troubling. First of all, the definition of terrorist, and it's so expansive that it could include people who...
Like me. No one read it. That's the whole
Michael
point.
Moore said it could exclude people like me. That's what y'all were just telling me just a minute ago. Okay?
Right.
So back it up. Get his statement. I want you to hear this, what he says. Go ahead.
Like me. No one read it. That's the whole point. They wait till the middle of the night. They drop it in the middle of the night. It's printed in the middle of the night. And the next morning when we come in, it passes.
How could Congress pass this Patriot Act without even reading it?
Sit down, my son. We don't read most of the bills. Do you really know what that would entail if we were to read every bill that we passed? Well, the good thing, it would slow down the legislative process.
I couldn't believe that.
So he's basically saying that they got duped. Right. Because they passed the bill that they didn't even know nothing about. Okay? Give me the next clip.
Fear works. Fear does work, yes. You can make people do anything if they're afraid.
And how do you make them afraid?
Well, you make them afraid by creating an aura of endless threat. They played us like an organ. They raised the orange, and then up to red, and then they dropped it back to orange. I mean, they gave these mixed messages which were crazy-making.
The world has changed after September the 11th. It's changed because we're no longer safe. Fly and enjoy America's great destination spots.
We've entered what may very well prove to be the most dangerous security environment the world's known.
Take your families and enjoy life.
Terrorists are doing everything they can to gain even deadlier means of striking us.
Get down to Disney World in Florida.
It's like training a dog. You tell them sit down, or you tell them to roll over at the same time. Dog doesn't know what to do. Well, the American people were being treated like that. It was really very, very skillfully and ugly in what they did.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you.
Now he gonna play golf.
Now watch this drive.
Hey, I told
you. Wait. Let us play.
They will continue, in my view, as long as this administration is in charge, of every once in a while stimulating everybody to be afraid. Just in case you forgot. It's not going to go down to green or blue. It's never going to get there. There clearly is no way that anyone can live constantly on edge like that.
The harsh reality facing American families today is that they're not as safe as they
You
used
had
to
companies building the damn safe box for people to live in. I mean, sit on a, it's crazy. People are afraid, that's the paranoia that's going on with them. They can't even handle stuff like this here. We went through all of this like it ain't nothing. But it's just showing you what's happening. So, all right, come out of this here. Let me end it with these scriptures. Because ain't nothing going to stop it.
Heavy stuff, Bishop.
Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High.
Man.
So that was it for my videos, right? Yeah, that was it. Okay. Although this is true, there is still definitely a severe judgment coming to our enemies for what they did to our mothers and fathers. So that's why I said don't feel sorry for that at all. I know none of us are doing that, but I mean some people might get the wrong idea. My point is the decadence is of their robbery and their thievery is gone. What, they cut it? Yeah, they cut it. Oh man, because of the
damn.
Yeah. Right after the clip, it had just cut. Shit. Right after this guy.
Yeah. So as soon as you said that, it said stream unavailable.
So they just got rid of the whole video.
Yeah. We got it recorded.
Yeah, we know.
Damn. What was that?
Sister Zay said they shut us down.
You still recording, all right?
Hey, but that was at George Bush.
Yeah, man.
That was at George Bush. It was like
You bring it in.